Introducing the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019, presented by Google Play. 16 top gaming creators team up with the world's top pro players. Catch all the action and drama exclusively on YouTube. With millions of PUBG Mobile fans across the world, a new generation of stars competes for fame, glory, and $250,000 in total prizes. The road to stardom opens on July 1st. Join us and vote for your favorite star.
Hello everyone and welcome to PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 online ranking session. I am Choo Choo.
And my name is Contra, here to bring you all the games for today.
And welcome back with us. It's the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 hosted by VSPN, authorized by Tencent Games and PUBG Corporation, presented by Google Play and exclusively broadcasted only on YouTube.
What's more, you guys can walk away with some free gifts, and how you can do that is pretty simple. You can connect your PUBG Mobile account to your YouTube account. So how would you do that? You can open up the settings on your YouTube and you'll be able to find the connect button, and there will be a PUBG Mobile button right there. Head over onto it, and once you click into that, you can log into your preferred region of play, and that is all you have to do, and you'll be able to receive the free gift by the end of the show. And we hope that you will stay with us from all the way from start to the end.
Yeah, exactly. And make sure you guys stay alert and focused all the time towards the screen, because anyway, anytime, it will pop up a little bit of a claim reward thingy on your screen to get that rewards after the live, okay? So anyhow, anybody who just joined us this year, we had this last year. So this year, what is this agenda about for PUBG Mobile Star Challenge? So there are 16 creators, I heard.
Yes, definitely 16 creators all across the globe that has been voted by you guys. So let's have a look into the scheduling rules. Starting off, we'll be having all the games on UTC +8. Starting off the first match, we will have TPP Miramar as our first match, and followed by 3 rounds of Erangel.
Oh, that's interesting. But looking at the points distribution throughout this whole event, 1 kill will equal to 1 point. We're looking at Chicken Dinner with 30 points in total as first place, while second place got themselves 22 points, and going down the third place with 19 points, follow up with fourth place, 16 points there. Fifth place got themselves 14 points, sixth place with 12 points, seventh place with 10, while the eighth place with 8 points.
Going down the ladder from the 9th place, we will have 7 points for the 9th. And over on 10th side, we will have 6 points for them. Then 11th place will walk away with 5 points in total. Over on the 12th spot, we will have 4 points for 12th placing. 13 with 3, 14 with 2, 15 with only 1 point, and the first one to fall, sad to say, you're coming up with no points at all.
And here goes our 16 creators. There are 7 groups in total based on the stardom word. So there are 7 groups in total.
Yep, that's right. And starting off, we have Kaiji, Sulino2, Sinchuan, Alice, Gareebooo, Dita, Bullshark, and Gold Kronten OP.
Well, looking at RawKnee, Dynamo Gaming, Mitchel, NIKITANGA, and ARXY, Rollexxx is back again. So there are the 16 creators that actually you voted out for them.
That's right, and now we'll see them all battle it out alongside with some of their friends. And what are they fighting for right here, Choo Choo?
All those who actually got themselves the best position can actually get the advantage and privilege to select themselves the pro team, which will be the reality show later, and they will compete again within each other.
That's right. And with that being said, if they walk away having the most chicken dinners as well as kills, they can select their favorite teams to play alongside with. And that matters a lot. There's a lot of bragging rights on the line. And I'm actually hoping to see a whole lot of action from some of these superstars. And by the way, they are currently streaming the games as well. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Drop by their YouTube and say hi. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a whole lot of fun in games throughout the rest of the night. And tomorrow we'll have the same format as well. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, same time, same place.
Yeah, it will be a 2-day for PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 with 4 rank games. Sorry for that, 4 games in total for 2 days match. So it's 8 games for the whole. First game will be Miramar, and the rest of the games will be 3 Erangel maps.
That's right, and I believe that we'll be starting off the first match real soon. So I hope you guys are ready as we'll take flight in towards the first match of the day.
Let's go and get the glorious chicken dinner match for first day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first match of the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019. My name is Contra, here alongside with Choo Choo. We're going to take flight, and we're going to start off from Valdemar, heading into Campo Militar. Now, I believe this is a fairly balanced flight.
Very
so what are you
balanced.
thinking about this, Choo Choo?
Well, we've seen them screaming before, but then the real thing is totally different when it's screaming. So I hope somebody dropped not in the same spot. We're gonna get the scream time. They had a lot of aggression early of the game, so I'm looking at these players are very aggressive since the very start. But I'm just hoping they are not clumping too early in the game so we can get more actions throughout the whole match 1.
Yeah, exactly. And when we look into towards the flight, we see Rollexxx dropping into Valdemar, followed by Dynamo heading towards the south side by himself. I'm not too sure exactly where the rest of Dynamo's squad is at. When we look into this, they are separating themselves into somewhat Los Leones. So that's something that's pretty interesting to me. So that Smokey could possibly get himself looted up and scouting out for some of all these other teams. While over on the mid side, we will see a lot of teams folding across San Martin heading towards the northern section as well.
Well, that's true. Well, looking at this, a lot of clumping areas. I see even around Minas de Vel is kind of overpopulated, but nobody is dropping around El Pozo.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of rare.
Looking into El Pozo, we see Kissel's team slowly floating over, taking the sweet time. There will be a squad challenging alongside Kissel, though, as Sinchuan will be taking over in the corners of water treatment as well as Crater Fields. Now we see them slowly floating off, so we haven't really had much of a casualties except for one, though. Sorry, we did miss out a little bit on that, but RawKnee's going to go in to ram somebody over. Oh my goodness me, he misses his shot, and he's going to go in for a little bit of U-turn, and they're running for their lives. There's no weapon on him, and oh man, he misses for the second time.
The RawKnee is really going for the raw one, because look at this buggy. It's not just a weapon right now. It's more than that, and he might be punched here.
Come on, fist fight.
This is funny.
Be a man, pop up the vehicle.
Oh my, Kissel just got from off the map for K7. Kaichi's team is kind of in a troublesome moment right now.
We see Jingwei dropping out early into this game, so we have a total of 62 still left alive. While inside of El Pozo, we see Kissel just sharing the compound. And over inside of Kaichi, I think that they're severely underlooted right now. Smokey OP will be knocked over, and a little bit of a casualties early into the game.
Oh, wait for it, the RawKnee just being punished so bad because he was chasing with that buggy and straight away out of the map. I still have 61 alive. This is just how aggressive these guys are. Straight from the first phase of the game, they are just pinning, spraying anybody that they can.
Here we can see Ash tapping from across, and this is Barrel doesn't really have much of a sight over onto it equipped, while Destro is going to go in to loot up after taking down some of these guys coming from the RawKnee squad. So they're going to have a long brawl inside of the corners of Los Leones, but they better stock up on some of these loots. Now, this is still the first game of the day, so maybe it's just a little bit of warm-up for some of your superstars out there. And, I expected a lot more coming from the RawKnee.
That's the thing. The first game is always the most important one because you want to keep that momentum going, and the first game is usually the biggest impact throughout the whole day right now. All I say throughout the whole night. And looking at ARXY, they are sharing the same compound as the Kronten team.
Yep, Kronten's going to be able to actually secure that sort of compound, while NIKITANGA is going to walk across the desert dunes.
Oh, no.
They don't really have much vehicles, and I'm looking at P-Lord. He's walking without any sort of weapons with him. I'm kind of concerned for him. And a fun fact, like they call themselves a lot commander, as Stark will be the commander of the team, while NIKITANGA is the deputy of command, while the rest of them, they are just basically stormtroopers.
That's the thing. I saw Dynamo just now. One of the Dynamo's team was kind of just died for no reason. So
we talk about Dynamo. He runs over himself. Okay.
What really happened? I'm really interested to know, because they just killed the whole team by themselves. Maybe it's one of the strategies you don't want to give any points to
I believe
any
they're
other
still left
teams.
alive because there's still 16 more teams intact. So it's still going to be fine for him. Hopefully there's going to be a little bit of a backup from the rest of Team Dynamo, while Dynamo is probably slowly bleeding out, while Xinxuan inside of this section here, they're still not getting themselves into any sort of battle as of yet, while Niki's going to play it a little bit safely as we look in towards the first phase of the circle. It's somewhat in towards the northern section as well as the center, where we see Bullshark initially dropping in towards Picado.
Oh, looking off the map, Mitchel's team just managed to couple of taps on Xinxuan. I'm not sure if they get a clean kill there. Probably did, because the only person left around this area is just Xinxuan himself. For the last one for casualty, Jae-hong is already out of the game. So there's a lot of people out right into the game first phase of the circle. 59, so we lost like 5 people already right into the game.
Yep, 5 of the players are already taken out much early into the game. We can see that he's a little bit underlooted right here. Still level on Vest, followed by a UMP-9. I believe that UMP is still pretty fine to battle from a mid-range distance, but judging from this angle, I think it's going to be a little bit tough inside of La Cabrera, while Dynamo having Joker all by himself. We see them separating each other towards the early phases. And I talked about Smokey dropping down south towards the region of Valdemar as well as Los Higos. I guess that didn't really work well when they bumped against the rest of Rollexxx. The high roller is just taking him out.
Oh, probably true, but the question is, how did Smokey die? I'm kind of curious about to know what's really happened. And they ran down among themselves just now. Maybe it was having some fun here and there. But I do know the Dynamo team. They are really, really good, especially Dynamo himself, when it comes to using Kar 98. He's just perfect on point sniping people.
The moment that you speak about him, he's just shadow boxing up in the air, still trying to get himself some of all these stuff that he needs, like we mentioned the Kar 98K. He's really proficient on all these snipers as well as DMRs, while inside of the other sections they're pretty much well scattered across the map, but eventually they have to move in towards the next phase as the circle will close up in about 10 seconds from now. It'll still take a little bit of a time, but Gareebooo here, they don't really have much of a vehicle, so it's going to be a little bit tough for them to rotate. You can see the S6 being equipped over on the back, so I'm not sure how this one's going to go for him. He needs some better equipments right there.
Yeah, I have to agree on that. But looking at the other side of the map, we have around Al-Azhar. Only the Alice's team is actually occupying this compound, so they're not contesting at all in the early of the game. While the rest of Xinxuan can separate. There you go, 1 knock and 2 more to go. While there's nobody backing Xinxuan up just now.
ARXY will be able to secure that sort of a kill, and you mentioned that he was all by himself for such a long time, and they've managed to track him all the way. So ARXY says thank you very much for the helmet, as he managed to swap it out for the level 1. And he's pretty much well stocked up, so they are right inside of the zone. They don't really have to worry too much, while Siren will be leaving himself alive alongside with Coco. So they're going to take a stroll over on towards the other section right there. Perhaps hiding inside of the Oasis might be one of the options right there.
Yeah, they have too many casualties for the team. There are 2 men lost. While looking at Seoul inside here, they are doing a-okay as ARXY is just rotating, trying to get more loot going on, jumping from one compound to the other. We have K7 Kaichi is playing very safe under this warehouse.
They heard the vehicle rotating across, so they're just not going to pull any sort of trigger at all, letting Kissel slide off in the bang bus as they slowly drive by.
Oh, that's a big flip. They almost flipped
really
over,
but beside though.
Beside is just gonna be beside them and flipping over, I guess, with that Dacia.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of time for them to cut across into its better position. Well, in towards the middle section, there's a whole lot of teams getting scattered across while Stark goes in for the task across the water treatment area. Stark's going to reposition himself after revealing a couple of shots. So Drone's going to be soaking a little bit of damage. Nothing too much of a serious matter for him. He could just pop a couple of drinks to get himself back up on track. So this first phase, we've already seen a couple of members dropping out here and there. But looking towards this situation here, Kronten OP has been pretty much playing safely as compared to the rest.
Yeah, they are not being contested at all and having their best time of their life, just looting one by one. Nobody disturbing them. While looking at Dita's team, they were very quiet in the scream, but looking at how they are very looted up, and Rollexxx team is the same, goes for them. They have decent gears on them as well. While the rest of Cam boosting, well, they are just having fun. Most of them are just playing very safe, conservative in the early games. Only a couple of teams actually might bomb into each other a little bit on the south side of the map.
Yep, RRQ Kenbu has been pretty much confident about this. Seems like the rest of Kissel, they'll be camping up on top of the hill while we manage to see Rollexxx making their way up towards the corners of Montenevo. Well, they might just bump into some other squads right across, because the last time I remember, Dita was just right across. Now, to go to Rollexxx, they are just passing by, and we know him from the previous season of the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge last year, 2018.
Yeah.
He was playing in Cloud9, and this time around is going to bring back some of these boys here to play alongside him.
Oh, speaking of the last years, we have Bullshark who played last year as well. They were brilliant.
Yeah, I got to say that
these guys are really great at what they're doing. And looking at Rollexxx, they are being very aggressive. They keep on moving and positioning themselves in a very interesting way that they didn't even take a minute to stop by and just keep on moving to one compound to the other.
Yeah, they're just playing it a little bit safely, making sure that they book themselves a proper spot, while some of the teams are still outside of the zone. Looking at this right now, Dynamo is kind of taking their sweet time. They were landing over the south side. Tuck's going to have a little bit of a problem.
He's being a Tuck
getting
with
his
that,
buggy out of the wall.
Yeah, but
playing a little bumper car as well.
I like I think this will be my favorite squad now, because I do know RawKnee's team is one of the most hilarious to watch, because they are having fun. That's what matters about the game sometimes. People forgot to have fun. They keep on being so competitive. And these guys just know what to do to give themselves a little bit of a laugh. Yeah,
I've been watching some of his videos as well. It's just hilarious to see him at work, while Kissel is still taking their sweet time, hoping to catch some passers-by. And this will be the first crate falling up from the airdrop. This is an MK40 coming over 4 times this wall. So that's all the level 3 goodies for his squad, while they're still holding on to it. SLR setup alongside the M4, while Sixless is getting himself that VSS. Spots out Miffy from across. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to land. Oh my goodness, the shots were perfect. Almost dropping Bear out.
That's gotta hurt Kissel's Bear, as well as the rest of Kissel's team just gonna back off a little bit, because they kind of shocked. They didn't see that one coming across that mountain.
Yep, definitely having the VSS automatically suppressed the moment that you got it in your hands. They're going to be having a little bit of a tough time to spot that one out. Well, if you manage to give Bear a little bit of support, so that's not going to be much of a problem for themselves, while NIKITANGA hugging by the corners of the wall of Hacienda as well as St. Martin. They know that there's some visitors, and it will be Kronten OP having to deal with this sort of situation.
But then Rollexxx, the high rolls are coming to charge right into from the back, so you cannot be too comfortable thinking that there's only one angle that you should cover. We're looking at this, they might be sandwiched for Kronten's team here.
You can see that Kronten is just playing it really safely, and he's been camping out for the longest time, and that will be a hit shot coming in from the side of Bullshark as they manage to knock out not one, but 2 members from the side of RawKnee.
Wow.
Tuck will be the next one to fall.
This is crazy in the early game. Still on the second circle here. 30 minutes into the game, but we already got so many casualties. Only 57 alive, but still intact 16 teams as we speak.
And we see the circle slowly zooming in towards the St. Martin section. So there's many of these teams still struggling to get themselves in towards the zone, while Angry and the rest of Rollexxx will be camping out in this warehouse just by the northwest of St. Martin. Now, we've seen possibly 4 teams right across, and over on towards the lower side, we see Alice and the rest of her squad just taking this sort of the hill. I'm thinking that this might not be the best place to be as of current. It's still right outside of El Azahar, but when they go in a little bit late, they might just get clipped off, while Gareebooo slowly going in for some couple of medicine on the floor.
Well, I wouldn't say it's not that bad if they actually just rotate a little bit late. There are some strategy that kind of helps you to secure the placement points if you go out of the zone a bit late. Nobody is actually expecting coming out from the edges of the circle.
Yeah, you could still tank the first few blue zones while
it's not that painful.
It's not too harsh on your health, but it's gonna take a lot of all these utilities from you, so it's not really the wisest of decision, but if you have that game plan, go ahead and pull it out. Now, we're looking towards the side of Sulin, all steady as well as quiet.
Everybody's being very safe right now. They don't want to get caught off guard, but soon they might want to rotate into the safe zone very, very soon because we have only a few more seconds left, 30 seconds on the go. While the rest of the team from Sichuan, I'm looking at the map right now because nobody is actually rotating to the north, so they will be not bumping into anybody very, very soon. But then, speaking of the safe zone though, in the middle of the center of the circle, it's so heavily populated. I think those who rotate very late will actually be very safe.
Yep, we did see a crate dropping in with the M249, and nobody's going to be able to secure that one in the back, while ARXY slowly taking the bike, trying to get himself secured, while Pi's on the lookout on the top side of St. Martin, as this is quite a vantage point for themselves. They have a perfect field of view towards the other members that are headed towards the lower side of the town, while Alice is having a little bit of a rocky ride across Christaval. They're driving over the northern section there.
Well, I heard a couple of taps there just now. Maybe they're just trying to testing out the bullets drop or whatsoever. Well, speaking of, they are rotating into the safe zone, right? I do see Dynamo Gaming is kind of separated from the rest of the team, while Gareebooo might be engaging the war. While looking at RC, Gareebooo is actually challenging ARXY's team.
Yeah, we see a Poppy manage to cruise through his way, still being safe, and I'm not sure where the rest of his squad is at. Well, ARXY is just getting secure, while we see Kronten
they are
just slowly securing this office building, as there will be an AUG for the side of Bear. Kissel is going to be really happy about this, and they've already gotten themselves the first package, and this is the second one coming for themselves.
Oh yeah, well, looking at on the higher ground, the rest of Kissel's team is getting the tunnels on Rollexxx. The high rollers will be very, very on alert mode right now because they are trying to pin them down. While Gareebooo is kind of stuck in between Kron's team as well as NIKITANGA's team here. They might be sandwiched, but Austin, is he the only person there? Nope, I don't think so. The rest of Gareebooo is actually around behind Kron's team. This is interesting.
Yep, we can see that everyone's just playing it a little bit safely, and they are just being very tactical. They want to be the one to secure that first chicken dinner of the day. Now, we see Tron just hiding by the corners there, while Dita is just playing by the corners of the slum. They are across power grid, there, which is still pretty much safe in towards the zone. I wonder where the next phase will be at, as the blue zone has slowly ticked it off. So phase number 3 is going to be a little bit more interesting, where they will be forced to fight each other off.
Speaking of Dita's position at power grid just now, if I'm not mistaken, one of the hut, if you're actually on top of that hut, you can see a lot of stuff over the very vast field. It's one of the best places you can get your covers or your defensive mode on. Well, looking at Mitchel's team, they are actually trying to engage ARXY, but kind of hesitant there for a moment because they know they're kind of in an open field, but they get the higher ground advantage. They can open fire if they want to.
That's right, and looking at the next phase, it will be inside of St. Martin, getting back right in the middle of the city. Portions of power grid is still being covered up, so Ronnie's going to be happy about that for the time being. Well, over the northern section, they will have to snug in tight. We're about to see some of these teams fight it out, while Dynamos is all by himself over on towards the northeast section. So over on the city, we see Chrono P. Oh my, they're receiving a couple of taps there, and Bullshark is just pressuring them right through.
Well, the high roll is actually tunneling on Kron's team. We do have only Austin on the other side, while the rest of the team kind of have him as cover. Maybe he's just acted as the bait for the team. Well, they are actually holding their post, not moving or budging, trying to be in a very, very safe game style, I'd say, because Well, I was hoping they would be more aggressive because we've seen that in the first circle. It was very, very different from what we're looking at. And Mitchel was being couple of taps, half HP down. Looking at this, RawKnee is not giving away this kill.
RawKnee is still trying to tap him off the vehicle. Managed to deal quite an amount of damage, leaving him with only 30% of health. So Mitchel will be able to save himself for the time being. But you see, the pickup truck has already been all smoked up. So I'm not sure whether or not he will be taking that vehicle, and he'd rather go on foot instead.
That's a pretty cool bag, by the way. Looked like a samurai bag, if you've seen that. Looking at RawKnee, he's just going on a scout mission here, while Mitchel is still running on his bare foot.
MK14.
Wow, that's a whole set there.
Yep, definitely a set for any one of these guys inside of the town of St. Martin to secure this sort of loot. While we see RawKnee having a little bit of a flip right there.
That's a nice stun.
Oh my.
Well.
Not sure if it's his cameras or he's just pulling off all these style. Well, I'll give him some points for that. But here comes a little bit of taps coming from the side of Kissel99. Waiting for the spray down towards the side of RawKnee as they manage to secure themselves in towards the city. But there's going to be a whole lot more trouble inside of St. Martin.
That's a beautiful spray, but didn't tap anybody at the time. But RawKnee just joined in the party between Rollexxx as well as Kronten's team just now. Well, we're looking at four-way angle war here, which coming very, very soon. Managed to get one, and RawKnee, two more to go. What this is, Kronten's on fire.
That's going to be White Lings being taken out by Kronten himself, while RawKnee is going to be trying to save the rest of his allies. Pi is going to have those crosshairs pointed out inside of the city while he's trying to go into third party some of the other teams, trying to steal some kills, as Tron will be able to secure Torty as he falls towards the ground.
Oh, Kron trying to get more eager picking, nitpicking every single team that they can see. And looking at the rest of RawKnee, they're kind of in a predicament right now. They're really in a tough spot and need to revive everybody. There's only a Pappy left, if I'm not mistaken. We're looking at Pi tunneling down on Kron, where the rest of Kronten has no idea. There's so many teams aiming them for now.
It's just so tough to play in the St. Martin terrains. You see so many different points of field for them to play around. There's four-story buildings, there's the hills. They need to cover each ground respectively. And Bullshark just having a little bit of laughter. He says, I'm not going to be challenged for the time being, while everyone else is just trying to hide themselves behind those walls inside of the city. And of course, RawKnee is the one receiving most of the blunts of the shots.
I think Bullshark's position is the best one they can have, because this look at this is a splendid view they have from the top of the mountain.
They're in center as well.
Yep, exactly, and they get to see all three teams just beneath them. And we're looking at beside, managed to get one from Mitchel. Simtocho is down, and that's Bear finish off and securing the kill off the map.
Yep, as we do see the side of Kronten OP, still 4 men strong. It is just a little bit of a Mexican standoff between some of all these guys. Well, the rest of them, I'm not too sure how they are coping, but over the southern side, I'm pretty interested in what will happen in Picado, because we do have Kaichi wandering around side Dita, as RawKnee will join in towards the party real soon, and the next phase has revealed itself, and most of the guys inside of St. Martin is still pretty well covered up. Here comes Gareebooo alongside with the rest of the squad, coming from the northern side as well as Beacatron Alice.
Exactly. Looking at the map progression just now, I do see Sulan's team is rotating very, very late. There are 3 teams in total coming up from the south, which is still playing with the blue zone. We're looking at RC still has Changify going at it, and we just have Kissy joining the fray as well. They want a little bit of piece of the pie and join in fighting zone here.
This is going to get a little bit more interesting as Kissel99 have just joined the party, while NIKITANGA slowly creeping in towards the corners of Team Alicia. And we're looking at the side of Mitchel as well, so that's 3 teams cutting across each other. Alice spots out some of all these enemies right across. She's going for a couple of honk.
Yeah, she said, come faster, you guys. We need to move, we need to budge. But then, just beside him, or just at the rear side, we have Mitchel's team just joining the fray. While the rest of Alice's team just gonna build this one and just get another compound for themselves to get a more safe place to defend as a fortress.
It's peace and quiet for now inside of St. Martin, but it's going to be some of these neighbors getting pretty rowdy in a couple more minutes, as we do have 20 more seconds before they move in towards the next phase, while Dita's going to pick up a fight against Dynamo Gaming. There we go. Peter will be able to find Sands, and that will be a little bit of trade-off as Hydra will pick him off as well, and there goes Dynamo on the ground.
Oh, Rama just managed to get them punished back. We're looking at Dita's team going on full fire. And Joker, that was the last goal! Almost but Dita just managed to survive and trump themselves, wipe off Dynamo's team way out of the map.
Oh my goodness me. I believe that was quite a great spray down coming from the rest of Dita's squad. I did thought that Dynamo had a little bit of advantage right there. They had a couple of ridges to work around with, but they fall flat pretty much early in towards this game. And we still have 15 more squads to go as this town is getting more heavily populated. And here comes Kaichi and the rest of K7 trying to go for the flank against Jolin. And when we go at it, we see Spin dropping on the ground, and Chin9 will get a double at that.
That's gotta hurt for the Sulin's team because they just managed to secure the kill by K7. Kaichi's team is doing excellent and brilliant, but they might get punished by Sulin 0-2. Getting a couple of taps here and there. That's gotta hurt.
He's got that M4 equipped with the red dot, and here comes the blue zone trying to force Sulin out, and he does not have much of a mets. He's just gonna try to pump a couple of stuff right there. Well, Sulin 0-2-9, he's just right outside. He does not want to pursue any further as Kaichi is getting a couple of taps right through the way, and that's going to be a headshot straight towards the side of Kaichi.
Oh, that's a lot of damage, but looking at Sulin, they are tanking the blue. They are so pressured by the blue, and at the same time have no idea that they really need to budge. And it seems like they're still tanking the blue, and they have to take up the fight. And this is where Chin9 managed to get one, and that's the whole team being wiped by our Chin9. Just finish off, get the job done, great and clean.
That was a great cleanup coming from Chin9. Initially, they started off the fight with a double knock, and I gotta say, Chin9 is definitely on Fury form. Well, we see Dita Rama taking off K7 Ben as well.
What?
And Bullshark goes in to take off both Ben as well as Ash. That's going to be two members from the side of RawKnee getting taken off, while ARXY gets himself a little bit of casual as well, followed by White Lynx taking down Sixless.
Dita is playing at the edge of the circle. That just keeps it joining. Drive right into Bullshark. Bye! Just going in, but that's not enough covers for him. While the rest of Bullshark team just trying to do damage control now, but Kissel charged right in like a champ.
Oh my goodness me. I thought that was a golden opportunity for Bullshark squad to actually take them all off. We still have Bullshark left alive as you see Pi slowly bleeding out. All of them are still inside of the same hut. Perhaps he could squeeze in one good nade, and they could have taken off Kissel members right there. Besides, it's slowly bleeding out. They need to send one member to actually save him right through, and it's getting more chaotic as they go inside of St. Martin.
Looking at that, they're living Pi just struggling on his survival there, while the rest of the team is in chaotic state. Look at Joe just get themselves a Miffy there, and we're looking
the Molotov. It's going to drop right in. Oh my goodness, you can see them just slowly crawling on the ground, and there we go. The nades are flying in, and they are trying to take them down. Joe's going to go in for the flank, and here comes the push as well. Pi might not be able to survive, but we see Mitchel trying to crawl on for his dear life as Napon slowly bleeding out. Joe managed to save one of his members right there, so Pi will still be out. Here comes Kissel. Oh my goodness me.
Oh, Bullshark managed to do another job well done, while the rest of Kissel being punished back here. Bullshark is having a hard time surviving. We're looking at ARXY just going on head-to-head against Rollexxx as well.
No! Oh my goodness, Bear managed to actually clip him off. So ARXY wasn't unaware, but there's still White Lynx right at the back trying to go in for the save. So does Bear. He's trying to pick up his team captain. So Kissel should be up on the ground, but here comes the blue zone to spot the corners right there. He spots out a Poppy. A Poppy will be shredded out as well. There goes Gareebooo. Oh my word! There with his man K40 will be able to secure those kills right in his hands. And there goes White Lynx, and the rest of ARXY is out of the game.
It was after one, then another. We're looking at Rollexxx versus Bullshark and Kissel. Three-way war, three angles here, and the rest of the team just going in a chaotic massacre on the other side of the map.
Kronten just securing this warehouse for the time being, having the barrel up on the ready with 40 clips up on tack. He's gonna go with the spray, and there goes Gareebooo as well, trying to juggle it off. He's going for the reload. Oh my goodness, he's still alive. He's rotating around. Oh my word! One more dot of health left for the side of Kronten OP.
That was a flashy move there. He managed to roll out the last man. It was last take of blood, and there goes more from coming off of Mitchel versus Kron's team again.
Kronten is just popping off as we see Rollexxx just crawling by the corners right there. He's trying to pull up another nade, so here goes Mazik just dropping out the frag, trying to flush out the rest of Mitchel. Oh, that was close enough.
close. Oh, that's so close. If only a little bit loop side, it would hit on the spot. While the rest of Mitchel's right. Oh, he hit Mitchel right on the dot. But they still got a little bit of HP. There, 40% left.
Well, the Shroud of Smoke is going to be taken off. RawKnee is still slowly bleeding out, needing a little bit of revival coming from the side of Naupon, but Naupon does not have enough time. The moment that he reveals himself, Mazic's going to go in for the nade. I think he's going to drop it right through. Oh my, he's going to run for his life.
Looking at this, Niki team is taking the advantage, being sandwiched is Kron's team. Looking at this, he can't go for another clutch for Kron's team. While the rest of them trying to get the damage control. Mitchel is down as well. Niki's team is being punished straight away when they try to leave the compound.
We can see Naupon slowly bleeding out. There's not going to be any members left alive to save him as Mitchel is still struggling to get into the next phase. Austin going to go in for the push. Spots out Lash. Oh my word. That will be one more member down as Alice's team managed to secure yet another kill. And there we go. Only 4 more teams left alive. We have Dita with 3 men strong. And followed by Kissel, who's still trying to actually take a little bit of cover coming from the smoke. And 10-9 spots out Kissel.
This is not gonna happen for 99. Looking at this, he might get a double kill for 9. This is such a bad position. This is really in a bummer for them.
Oh, yeah, and I gotta say that they still managed to squeeze out of that sort of situation while Chin9 just getting himself a couple of covers right there. He have to deal with the rest of Dita. While we see Ramat going in for a couple of taps on that M24. Dita's gonna trade off against Chin9, spotting him out already.
Oh, wait
Dita
for it.
just
Wait
playing
for
it
it.
slow.
Wait for it. Will it hit? Will it hit the spot? Almost there.
A little bit too far off.
Didn't hit. Yeah, well, looking at Dita's team still have 3 men, while the rest of the team kind of in a predicament. They are kind of have a kick in the teeth. Not enough men to fight against this 3-man, 1 squad. While China is still going against Alice, but didn't manage to clip anything yet.
Chin9 already securing 4 kills for the team. Have to go on the 1v1 against Natasha over the other corner, and nobody wants to deal with Dita's team right now. I think that they're pretty much safe, while Natasha has to heal up. She's running out of all these equipments, as you can see that Natasha has already had the vest being shredded out. And speaking of shredded vests, she will be able to actually secure herself by the corners of the tree. But Chin9's going in for the 6x scope on that M4. Just spotting out Kissel. Kissel will not have his life on his hands. Oh my goodness, the double on that spray!
That was a very sharp move done by Chin9. He is going on so man, but it seems like he will be punished very soon with the blue, as well as looking at this. Dita's team got 4 men still alive, and they managed to take Chin9 the Great down.
Oh man, Chin9 definitely the star of the show so far, getting a whole lot of kills, but that was too much of a heavy fire. Now it's all up to Natash. Can Natash clutch it off for Team BTR Alice as Dita goes in for the push? It is 1v3 in this situation. Make that 1v1! Now it's going to be a little bit tougher for the side of Natasha, but she's still trying to actually get herself healing up. Only 1 dot of health left, so that's going to be a 2. Still standing for the side of Dita, while they are just having those frags raining upon the middle section.
Oh, he managed to kill himself, but that's a big bomber just on top there. They managed to get a kill for Dita. That was a close call for Natash. He managed to survive the very last minute. It was a very, very good game.
Definitely a great game. Starting out the first match with Dita getting the first chicken dinner of the day, and this is just really much of an intense situation inside of St. Martin, but Dita managed to triumph up top, and she definitely have such a great position from start all the way towards the end.
She's not contested at all from the north of the map. Nobody's actually going through her path. She don't have to. She don't really need to cross paths with anybody in the early of the game. So that's a big win, especially when you go through the whole map, cutting across into the center of the map there. And you can get so many loots from the north straight to the center of the map.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Like not contested.
Definitely a great chicken dinner for them, as we will see how many kills they've managed to secure. While we see Dita definitely showing up in towards this game, and Rama definitely giving a really great support for their side to clinch that first chicken dinner of the day. And followed by that, we have so many interesting reactions coming from across the game, and one of my favorites was definitely Kronten dealing with the rest of the squads around St. Martin, where he was just spraying all across, and he's still being left alive, and he even tried to take down the guys coming in from Rollexx's team.
That was last tap, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
He managed to reload at first. I'm surprised with that, like what, 2 seconds of time to reload. He managed to still get the kill and dodge the bullet raining down on him. That was amazing clutch.
Yeah, and Mitchel tried to actually squeeze their way across, but they were being stuck by a rock in a hard place, and that was not letting much that Mitchel could possibly do, having to leave a couple of members behind. And there's so many things that just went down. I expected a whole lot coming from the side of Bullshark as well as Dynamo Gaming. Well, Dynamo, well, of course, we know that he's really
kind of
huge in YouTube, and I'm a big fan as well.
I really want to know what's really happening in the early of the game. I'm really hoping we have that footage, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, I believe that some people will say, like, oh, Dynamo is really strong, and they really want to take him out really early in the game, so he was the first one to fall.
Like,
I'm not sure.
We know he take out his own team there just in the early of the game. Was Dynamo bomb into another Dynamo? I'm like, what really happened?
Perhaps it's just a little bit of the action in the early part of the game. So we see all these fun stuff coming in towards round 1, and in the first game itself, we see some high-octane action. We're looking forward for more in match number 2, which will be happening inside of Erangel TPP.
That will be more interesting because we know everybody like the classical map, like the back of their hand. They memorize every single nook and cranny. So it will be more probably big clutches coming out very soon. I really want to see the nades going on, do some actions.
Oh yeah, and not only that, I believe that they will be a little bit more comfortable to actually pick up some of their favorite locations. I'm not too sure if there's going to be an invasion coming in from, some of their own countrymen from other squads as well. And we've seen Dynamo actually taking on some of these guys from the RawKnee much early in the game inside of Los Leones. Didn't really have that much of a great trade-off, followed by Gareebooo as well. Like, we see some of these guys definitely going blow for blow from the get-go all the way up to the end, and ARXY managed to get a couple of great kills as well.
Yeah, but I do like the best moment is where Alice just decided to honk. It's like, come on guys, there's nobody else here, but actually there's Mitchel just behind it. And it's like, we can honk away, no problem. We still live by the end of the day because Natasha was surviving alone throughout and got himself a second placement there. That's a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, definitely a whole ton of pressure. And eventually, Alice's team managed to secure that top 2 spot. So Natasha definitely put up such a great show, and at the end of it all, it was Dita to secure the first chicken dinner. Well, we take a couple of seconds here to actually tabulate the scores. We want to find out who got the most kills, who got the most points in match number 1.
We do know who got the first chicken, and it's Dita's team for sure. Well, that's what I said. Late rotation sometimes gives you a bigger advantage because we see how crowded it was in the early game in the center of the map. So everybody just finished themselves killing among themselves, and the late one coming up, taking all the glory and get that glorious chicken dinner.
Definitely. And of course, if you guys are watching right now, this is the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 online ranking session. While all these players are superstars, are trying to get themselves in towards the top spot so that they can secure their favorite teams when they go in towards the road of stardom.
Okay, I have to ask, who's your personal favorite right now?
Well, if I can choose one team myself, of course, it will be the champions of the previous Star Challenge, RRQ Athena.
That's so lame. You gotta pick the ones that never been in this one before. Okay, I'm gonna pick Alice. She's cute.
Well, of course she's cute, but of course, once they go into the global rounds, they will have to get themselves that sort of best position to actually win it all by the end of the day. And of course, later on and towards the future rounds, we'll see a couple of reality shows as well as the global matches that will come in our way a couple of days. Well, we slowly wait for the results. There's a whole lot to talk about here. When NIKITANGA definitely played really well, but NIKITANGA was right in the middle of all the other teams that were inside of St. Martin. And Bullshark, you saw he was on top of the hill for such a long time. He was going in for those free snipes for such a good angle, and I gotta say that he played out
the thing that I'm curious about, who will be the best sniper in this game, because I do know all these guys, the creators, are one of the best sniping people that I've seen throughout the whole PUBG game.
really is.
Yeah, exactly. I'm speaking of Dynamo, who I watched his stream too, okay? And he really sniped a person who was on a very fast bike with one sniping using that Car 98K. Just one snipe. I have no idea how can somebody do that in a very fast motorbike.
Yeah, I believe that we'll be able to actually spot that one out throughout the rest of the game while we slowly conclude this round and eventually move on to match number 2. And of course, this is the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019. You'll be able to secure yourselves some free gifts by connecting your PUBG Mobile account to the YouTube account. So once you link it together, you'll be able to claim your freebies. You can find out how by clicking over the settings, and you'll be able to find the connect button, and you'll be able to find PUBG right there. Once you click onto it, you just have to log in and select your favorite region of play, and you'll be able to get it by the end of the show.
And make sure you keep your eyes open, because anytime, any soon, that pop-up button of claim for rewards will be popping out on your screen. So one blink, you might miss it. So make sure you watch it like this, okay? Not really. It's gonna stay there for a couple of seconds. But do stay alert and make sure you don't miss the rewards, because I would love to watch it. If I'm watching with you guys, I would want that reward for myself too. So make sure you bind yourself with that YouTube account and your PUBG mobile account, alright?
Yeah, and not only that, we've already had our match number 1 concluded, and we've already known how many points that perhaps NIKITANGA would get or not. And over on the side of Kaichi, I think Kaichi definitely played really well as well. So maybe match number 2, we'll see something really different as compared to the match number 1.
Yeah, we're gonna go to take a little bit break after this, and we might know who got and trumped the score after a little bit of short of a break. And right into this, we're gonna jump into game 2. See you guys in a bit. Where did
Introducing the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019, presented by Google Play. 16 top gaming creators team up with the world's top pro players. Catch all the action and drama exclusively on YouTube. With millions of PUBG Mobile fans across the world, a new generation of stars competes for fame, glory, and $250,000 in total prizes. The road to stardom opens on July 1st. Join us and vote for your favorite star.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 online ranking segment. And of course, my name is Contra. This is Choo Choo, alongside with me, bringing you all the games for today. And if you guys just missed out, we have Dita taking the first match chicken dinner.
That was an amazing game, but anyhow, thank you for those who hosted this event, which is VSPN, and this is authorized by none other Tencent Games and PUBG Corporation, which presented by Google Play and only exclusively broadcasted on YouTube.
Yep, definitely. And of course, when we talk about YouTube, you can link your YouTube account alongside with your PUBG mobile account to get yourself some free goodies, and you just got to find out what it is. So go ahead, click the settings button, and you'll be able to find all these settings right there, where you could just select all these stuff, where you could find PUBG Mobile right there. And once you click into it, you can choose your preferred region to play. And once you've done so, that is all that you can do to get yourself those goods with you.
Let's go into the leaderboard right now as we speak. We're looking at number 1, Dita, who got themselves a chicken dinner with total points of 39, 9 total kills as we speak. While Alice got themselves second place with Not Touch as the last person surviving with total points of 26, 4 kills in total. We're looking at Kissel99 at the third place here with total kills of 9, also as the same as Dita with 25 points in total, which is tied with K7 Kai Chi at 4th place with 25 total points, but a little bit less in terms of the kills.
And this will be your kill leaders as of the standings right now. Kronten OP will lead the charge with a total of 4 kills, followed by Dita with 1 kill herself, as well as Kissel with 1. Well, Alice did not manage to get herself any sort of kill, but her team managed to secure a whole lot of points, coming at second place.
Yeah, that position point is a big thing, especially when you're playing very assertive and safe like Alice's team do. It's not just another strategy. I say it's a very good strategy. Some people say snake games is something that you should go against, but for me, it's really effective. Like it or not, as long as you manage to secure yourself in the top 5 spot, it's working.
Well, to be fair, definitely they picked up a couple of fights, and Natasha definitely stood out throughout the show, where Natasha was the only member left alive for the side of BTR Alice's squad, while K7 Chen9 was just having his guns blazing, taking down so many of these members right across the map. We're getting ready for match number 2, and this time around, we're getting in towards ARXY TPP.
It's gonna be interesting because it's the classic all over again. I'm really hoping for a water fight. You know how much I like the evil plan for myself.
Oh, well, we've been talking this since a couple of games we've covered over on the PMCO rounds in Southeast Asia. But now that we have all that underway, I believe they've already got enough warm-up inside of Miramar, so we're headed in towards another 3 rounds inside of ARXY TPP this time around. As they slowly get ready, we want to find out who will be the next one of these superstars to walk away with a chicken dinner.
Well, match 2 is ready. Let's hop in and jump into match 2 right away for our PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 right now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Right now we're looking at the second match of the online ranking session of PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019. I am Chuchu, and sharing this table is none other than the handsome Contra.
Oh, thank you very much for the compliments. We're flying from the southern side all the way up north, coming from Sonaska military base into RawKnee. So this is a lot of options of town for all of them to pick off from. While NIKITANGA will be the first one to drop in towards the middle base. I'm seeing whether if anyone wants to contest him inside of the Sonaska Island. Seems like the answer is no, so the rest of them will slowly dive into its sections such as Farm, Pachinki, Milta, and I believe that there might be some visitors into RawKnee as well.
I think I like this map. Fight path though, it's really centralized and cutting straight line from the south up to the north. But question is, where will the circle be? Because if it's in between the two lands, which is the middle base as well as the main land, then these teams have to decide which land they want to land on.
Yeah, I guess like we just have to find out what the first phase circle is going to be while we see Kronten OP slowly flowing over on the corners of Milta section, while we have Dita, the champion of the first match, slowly getting themselves over on towards the eastern shorelines of Milta Power, or perhaps even Lipavka. Prison could be a good choice as well, while Kissel99 trying to actually locate themselves in towards the bunkers of the section of shelters. So that's going to be ARXY slowly diving in. Perhaps this might just be some pretty good secret weapons right below that tunnel that he's in right now.
Okay, you have to remember, you don't want to stay in the shelter way too long because it can be blocked by UAZ. But looking at the other side, around Pachinki area is really heated as we speak. We're looking at Kissel Check straight away against RawKnee, and there goes one almost knocked, but he just managed to flip away and run from that window pane.
But here comes Beside trying to go for round two. Ash is going to hop out of the window, so he's just going to build the heck out of this. While he's still keeping his eye out over on the section of the door, he managed to spot out a couple of members over on the top side as well. There goes Tug hopping outside, and Beside's going to go in for the chase. Not sure if he's going to get that though. And here comes the spray down there. He manages still left with a little bit of health running in towards the building.
So close yet so far. Beside is really in a bummer mode right now. He is really committed to this fight, want to get more kills, but they just not giving him any tunnel vision at all. For the rest of RawKnee, just playing super safe. They are really low on health.
So only 4 more bullets on his PP Bison, as he's going to actually swap it out for a pistol, as we see in his arsenal. Right now, Tuck does not really have much of a mets, so he's going to play it out real safe. He's just trying to spot them out as they try to corner him inside of this section. Kissel99 has the micro Uzi to possibly go in with the high fire rates and trying to flush him out with the frags. So trying to squeeze this one in. I'm not sure if
This
he's
is
gonna
really
land,
bad
though.
news for RawKnee, Tug especially. What? What? That was amazing! A miracle nade! Look at how he zigged that!
Did you see that angle?
Yeah, that was
Is that
crazy! That was such a splendid, outstanding nade! He went zigzag on there!
Oh, well.
How did you jinx that?
I mean, like, he just flipped it. He just bent it like Beckham in a way. Well,
that is Harry Potter nade!
Kissel slowly going in for the flank. He's just trying to go in for a little bit more invade, and he's going on a goose chase. They're just going through houses by houses, and there goes Tug as he gets taken down by Beside.
All rest of Kissel's just gonna charge right in. They know one is knocked for the rest of RawKnee, trying to get the covers on and might want to give a little bit of extra hand. While looking at Alice is going against the high rolls. It's 2 versus 1, but that's a ballsy move. Coming out from Natash from the higher ground, giving off the vision and information towards Alice, but knocked straight away and big punish.
Oh, you can see Lallis will be taken out by Rollexxx himself. So that's 1 kill being secured. Just a little bit of a kill steal right there. Well, we see yet another team from the back. Tuck is still needing a little bit of help coming from the side of Ash, but he's getting surrounded by the rest of Kissel99's team. And this is going to be a little bit of a tricky situation. They're trying to go in for the invades, just waiting for the rest of the squad to arrive. And it's not going to be too much of a hassle for him to go in for the push. Well, he's hiding by the corners of these really small room, and he managed to spot him out already.
Well, looking at the Tug's life, the rest of RawKnee just managed to not being knocked by Kissel99. Ted trying to do some damage here, but big punish straight away, return damage. While RawKnee, he just don't really care.
Wait, Hold up a minute.
built
He's
it
driving
out.
himself in towards the corner of the northeast island, and there's nobody by his side. What is he doing? Ronnie?
He just don't give
He found himself a weapon.
It's a
He found a
nobody's
mutant
business.
inside of the island.
What team is it? I'm a solo player.
Ronnie, get back into where you need to be. Your team needs you.
That was phenomenal, I have to say that.
That takes crazy amount of effort. Here comes 30, trying to actually wrap around towards the side of Gareebooo, as RC has a little bit of Thompson on his hands. Gonna go in with the frag to take down both of these guys. Going in for a little push, but Law might just get grenaded right here.
Oh, I'm waiting for the boom, but didn't hit. It just right in front of the tree and got blocked by that vehicle. But anyhow, 30 managed to do the clean job and just wipe the whole team there right beneath that tree. While we're looking at High Roll is still going at it against the Alice teams, but they are playing very safe while we have Angry coming up from behind.
We can see your Sixless trying to actually get himself secured, just slowly crawling it out, while the rest of Mitchel just by the corners of RawKnee. So they will be safe for now. They are still inside of the next section, where we do see it being pretty much centralized for the next phase. And it's going to be closing out in a couple of seconds there. Well, to be fair, it's just 45 seconds on the clock, but there's ample time for them to actually rotate. And while we look towards the north side of George, that's going to be Sulin's squad right there.
But then looking at the how many players left in the game, you only have 54. We lost a lot of casualties already in the first phase of the game, but still 15 teams intact. We already lost one whole team as we speak. But just now, Ronnie.
Well, I'm not sure how Ronnie is going to
Abandon
be
the ship
coping.
straight away.
I mean, he's the furthest away from everybody else, and the blue's ticking in. I hope that he has enough fuel inside of the boat where he needs to actually crawl himself back to the rest of the team. While inside of Yasnaya Polygon, we have see some action coming from the side of Meteor Alice as Rollexxx gets taken down by Jingwei.
Oh, that's a really in a tight spot for Rollexxx. He's been charged by K7, who I think just killed Still just now.
Oh my, like you can see 10-9 just kept going through for a couple of peaks there, but Alice will not be able to bring down any of these guys coming in from the side of K7. And oh well, we see both ladies duking it out, and I think that it's going to be a tough situation because Rollexxx might just come into third party in towards this section right there, while we see a couple of members from the side of Kenbu just taking their sweet time, just camping it out by that compound.
Looking at the other side, everybody is just looting up, but we're looking at Alice, who still thirsts for another blood. She saw one of the K7 just migrating one compound to the other. We're looking at the last Chicken Dinner's team here. Dita is actually getting themselves to UAZ, making sure that they're moving super fast on these vehicles, jumping from one to another compound, getting themselves better loot. They have decent loot, I'd say. Look at that, how stocked up there are.
Yep, and inside of the prison, we do see our ARXY as well, just finding themselves a couple of cover while Ben is getting ready for the flank. We see Alice's members just charging right through. We manage to spot both of them. This might just be a golden opportunity, but instead, Natash will not be taken out as Ben gets spotted out already. Here comes a little bit of invade as he tries to hop off the wall, and that will be Natash chasing in from the back and manage to clip them off, and that is just unfortunate for him. And Ben, we thought that he managed to take some of these guys down, but K7 is gonna fall.
These guys are not that forgiving, I'd say. And looking at the current spot, Kaichi's team is holding this stronghold by themselves. And looking on the other side, it's kind of a bummer for the rest of team. Right now, Alice's team, they are not budging at all. They're kind of separated for Kaichi's team. Still holding to this fortress. They really want this compound to themselves, but I don't think it's possible with lack of manpower.
Well, I think that they could still stay inside Yasnaya for quite some time while we're looking in towards the corners of the quarry. It's just a little bit of an interesting action coming from the side of Kronten's squad. They are sharing all these loots in between these members. There's an AUG alongside with suppressor inside, and of course all the level 3 stuff that's in the package, while Chid9 still trying to deal with the situation. Only 2 more members left alive for the side of K7. While Kaichi is still by the corners of the apartment. Here comes Alice going in for the chase. Here comes the taps as well. They managed to spot him out. Going in towards the flank. It's going to be Natash trying to lead the charge. and this might not go well for the side of Chin 9.
Yeah, he's in a really big ordeal right now. He just go on top of the rooftop, but it's just no way for him to exit out of this situation. And seems like Kaichi just stay on her foot, not gonna budge at all, just staring and waiting for the right moment coming out from that hiding spot.
Here comes Shin Tren by the corners of the top side of prison. I'm thinking of whether or not if there's anyone inside, and they manage to spot out ARXY just peeking by the corners of the window as Siren goes in with the M16 sprays, and that's not going to be able to actually take him off as of yet, but Coco's possibly going to get a little bit of the angles from the back of the windows.
They're trying to conquering this compound from the surrounding of on top of the hills here, while the rest of ARXY's team just kind of being clamped up. I'd say they have to budge, or they don't want to be a sitting duck right inside of prison.
You can see Ji-Hong just trying to get himself in towards the right position as ARXY still getting himself healed up. Oh, revealing himself once again, and that will be a takedown as Siren goes in with a magnificent control on that M16.
Just couple of taps straight away knock, and it seems like they still have time to buy for Toti. Just gonna revive his teammate here. Well, the rest of Sinchon is considering whether to charge right in or not. They can ambush if they want to, but they are hesitating a little bit. Might just gonna go in with that vehicle, charge right in fast.
Coco possibly drive down to the Sia, but we talk about that M16. He puts that burst fire and he lines it up so perfectly. I gotta watch the replays again for that sort of magnificent spray. But looking at this, it seems like Jae-young will be the one booking himself a slot towards the bottom side, and they spot out Shin Tren himself. Oh my goodness, that was just a great one coming from the side of ARXY, but he almost get taken down for the second time coming.
That's a sharp time reaction from ARXY. While the rest of Team ARXY is kind of a lot of casualties there. They don't have enough backup, but it seems enough firepower from ARXY's team. They're controlling the barrel, well done. But will it be enough to go against Sinchon, who just tossed a nade here? Or didn't hit anybody yet. While the rest of Kissel's team going against Mitchel off the map.
And that's going to be another one being tossed towards the top floor, almost clipping over the side of Torty. It's good for him, but over the side of Kissel, he has so many members being dropped out, fighting alongside Mitchel. This is not a good sight for them. Only Hoxley left inside of the room, and this is a golden opportunity trying to hunt out for Miffy, and Miffy will be taken out. That's a total wipeout there, and Mitchell will have his squad still standing strong.
That was a 50-50 call for Mitchell and Kissel's team. It got you revive your friend first and just charged right in the last minute. Straight away knocked out the whole team. While the rest of ARXY is very safe for now. They actually evacuate for the team that against them.
You can see ARXY thinking that, oh, the coast is clear, but the truth is, the rest of the members are still outside. We see an AWM in the middle of the fields of Gatka as Dynamo will be driving by. The next phase will be loitering around the compounds of Pachinki as well as Very Pure as well. So we talked about the waters. I'm not sure if there's any chance of it being in the southern side, but I feel like it's very highly unlikely, but do prove me wrong. We gotta pray to the PUBG gods to see that in that sense.
Sometimes the circle is just punishing evil and fun to watch. So we have to wait and see. Might happening soon because it's still in the water area. Still around 30% of water in that circle zone. But looking at the rest of Niki's team, they just want to camp this a little bit. Well, Milk is gonna be the scout while Joe might bomb into him very soon.
Well, we see Milk just trying to secure that airdrop while they spot out Joe coming from the side of Bullshark, just rotating across the Gatko region, trying to keep an eye out to protect himself. Seeing another vehicle coming from the side of Bullshark, but won't be able to actually take it down. Pretty fast moving, just driving all the way straight, perhaps heading towards the corners of ruins.
All the rest of Bullshark just gonna be a little bit segregated and making sure that they have the heals by themselves. While Rollexxx, he's the only person that going in this area, but the rest of the team kind of having a little bit far off, not too far, but still can able to cover a couple of angles here and there in case they're being ambushed. And Bullshark just want to stay here for the moment. We're looking at Alice's team still holding their grounds in Yasnaya.
They still know that Kaichi is somewhere around. They've only taken 3 members out, so they are still trying to go on the hunt, while Yasnaya is not the zone being covered on the next phase, while Dynamo managed to book themselves by the quarters of the Gatco region as well. Bullshark's not too far away. This is by the shorelines, and perhaps this will be a really good position to go and some of all the other guys. RawKnee's back on track. Good to see him.
This guy, I just love this guy. I gotta say, I'm a big fan now, RawKnee. I'm always been your fan, but this is one of the biggest moments for RawKnee. He built abandoned ship from the start of the game and still surviving no matter what with that DP-28.
You know, it's RawKnee versus the wall now, and he's trying to crawl his way from the Yasnaya, not having any sort of vehicles. While we move back into the action, we see Sulin having a little bit of difficulty trying to deal with Dynamo. And here comes O2 Hoist just holding in the position, pulls out the AK, and still waiting for the rest of the squad to get ready for this battle. We see a Pither coming in with the barrel, so he's just going to go cut across some of these houses as the rest of Sulin's squad have just arrived.
Well, Sulin might want to just be more careful because they know this compound is not just by themselves alone. Just one more team already arrived a little bit early than them. Well, looking at Kronten's team, who had among the most kill last one, and we're looking, they might be very aggressive, but still no kills for the team yet. But the rest of Sulin, Dynamo, and we're looking at Bullshark might just exchange looks here.
A couple of lobs of the nade won't be able to hit over onto anyone. Just giving it a little bit of a lucky try, hoping to catch a couple of Dynamo members inside of a small little hut, while a couple of taps have been let loose coming from the side of Dynamo as he drives straight in towards the Tiger's Den.
Oh, I like how the Dynamo is forming the team, segregated 4 of them, but making sure wide angle is being covered, while Sulin is being a little bit assertive. They do know Bullshark is just behind them, so they have to cover so many angles, and looking at missing, might miss couple of moments there in case they look away just a little moment of time, in the nick of time. Dynamo can just charge right into their slot there.
You can see Sulin just peeking out on the K9, just having the 6 times. Oh, it seems like it's going to be a little bit hard to actually hit over the side of Tron, but it's just trying its best.
We know these guys are very good at sniping. I'm waiting for their snipe skills, going straight knock somebody off the map.
Yeah, and Sulin's still trying to clip somebody off the crosshairs, and it's not going to be easy for Sulin to actually land that sort of a shot, so it's going to pull back on that M4 for the time being, while Gareebooo just playing safe by the corners of the hill, and Rollexxx is not too far behind. We have Angry as well as Juicy over the south side of Pachinki, while Pachinki is not being occupied by the rest of them as they've already rotated out of that sort of section. Well, over on towards the mid side of the south side of Pachinki, it's going to be a little bit more interesting because we have Kronten just across, and Dita is playing by the shores as well, while we see a little bit of nades flying in towards the room. It's going to be hard for them to actually catch off spin as he rotates towards the left side.
That was very close actually, but looking at how circle progresses, I was just going to say the circle might ended up around the outskirts of Pachinki, and I was right. Now looking at its current state, this will be a little bit of punishment for some of the team. We're looking at around 3 or 4 teams here already inside of the safe zone. So like it or not, those from coming out of the south as well as the east here, they might have to cross path with a lot of teams just to making them sure they're actually at the center of a circle.
And over the side of Xinchuan, having a little bit of trouble trying to trade off against some of these members coming from the side of Team K7 Kaichi. NIKITANGA trying to drive himself in towards the next section as Rollexxx trying to gatekeep all of them. Angry's going to go in with the Scar L spray, trying to find Milk all the way down there as Nikki will be able to actually speed off without soaking any sort of damage at all.
Beautiful spray, but not clipping anybody just yet. And looking at still Sulin and Dynamo as a stagnation here. They are not budging, not giving up each other at all. They are going for the challenge, but looking at Kron, who managed to get Alice, and what happened to Nikki?
Oh, Abby managed to actually take down Natasha with another hit shot inside of Pachinki is where you want to be at. But this is going to be NIKITANGA having Stark taken off by Burns. Burns just popping out there, having to secure a couple of nades. Oh my goodness, the nades are beautiful, flying off from the side of Kronten OP. And this is going to clip over the side of Milk as well. Make it rain, make it rain. The rest of Kronten is charging in. Milk's going to hug by the corners of the wall while NIKITANGA trying to take people off on that minute 14.
Oh, we still have 3 people for Niki's, 1 casualty for Stark there, but a little bit low for Kron's team, and will it be another Kobe? Almost hit it. Milk is having a lot of heavy damage there, only 30% of HP left.
trying to lob towards the corners of the wall, not really catching over on the side of Burns. While we see Milk is still being left alive, and it's all up to him as well as Pilar, but Pilar is nowhere to be seen. Here comes Kronten with a flank. Kronten dropping to real low, and he did not manage to take down the rest of Milk, and Milk will not be able to pursue any further. He's got that DP on his arsenal right now, and Kronten is calling in for help. Burns will be revealing himself. He will be the next one to fall!
There's a big clutch coming up from Milk. It's 1 versus 4 now. Another one. Low HP resting.
Going for it. Oh!
Oh, that was so close, but the rest of Niki's just going to go and charge right in now. They know 2 is being knocked by the rest of Milk. He did a great job there. While Lord and Niki, like it or not, they have to move and help him, giving an extra hand. But Milk straight away being finished off, and they managed to revive all Kron's team back up on their feet.
Well, the rest of Kron could have been wiped out by Milk himself,
Wow.
and he managed to still hold his ground really well by the corners of the wall, while we see Gareebooo also holding on to the DP, trying to spray down over on the side of O2 Hoi, but not being able to actually get much at all. Here comes a little bit of lob of nades. He's just trying to push them off, and that's going to be Tron taking off O2 Hoi from the back as well. So that's going to be some little bit of a kill steal coming from the side of Bullshark as they manage to finish him off with a headshot as well. But Sulin opts to retreat out of that
Yeah,
situation.
that was a very witty move by Blue Shark. Managed to kill to the very last minute. It was hard to watch when that happened every single time, but it's fun to commentate. Looking at 9, he is trying to survive as long as possible. Dita is being pressured so bad by Zishuan, and as the rest of Ron, he just came in the scene too. He managed to wipe out for Dita's team.
We can see Hijra as well as Rama managed to secure that sort of kill, and there's only 12 more squads left standing, and all of them are slowly marching their way in towards the city. And that was a really interesting fight in between some of these regions. And we talked about the south side of Pochinki. That's where all the action is going to be at. Now that they've flushed themselves in towards the city, this is going to be Pai trying to pick off against the rest of Sulin.
That's the thing. It's still early of the game. It's the third phase of the circle. We already lost a lot of teams here. 12 teams left with only half of population alive. 33 of them is still playing in the game. Kaichi is still far off in the blue. While we're looking at Bullshark just going on a rampage mode, trying to find more kills here and there. Sulin is trying to do some rotation as well.
We can see Sulin just trying to actually pick people off. There is Bullshark's team just rotating across, trying to actually get in towards the west side, but there is Gareebooo right across the corner. So this might not be good news for all these guys coming from Indonesia, while Pai just slowly managed to book himself a slot towards the other edge of Pochinki. And this is going to be him just occupying by the wall. Oh my goodness me. It's a little bit of a rough landing for him.
Yeah, well, rough landing, and Tron is down from the other side. They really need to back him up. He's out in the open, nowhere to hide or take some covers on. Well, looking at the prawn and chicken here. Oh, that's kind of an interesting robbing your tummy with that chicken feet, but that's straight! Chicken feet or not, Gareebooo being punished and pressure so bad by Hoxui, dealing a lot of damage with a beautiful spray.
Oh, they've managed to get themselves a lot of damage towards the side of Gareebooo, while upon just trying to prone himself over badly, trying not to reveal himself, trying to keep the pressure, but Boink! Oh my goodness, Boink!
Ouch!
He's just trying to actually snipe them off from the corners of the church, while we still have some of these guys coming from Mitchel's side, providing enough support as they can't really escape out of the situation unless they hop out real quick. But Bonk right now still locking his eyes over on the same houses where Mitchel is still on the lower grounds.
Yeah, they're being sandwiched so bad. It's kind of an ordeal for the Mitchel's team. They have to move, like it or not, but it's kind of hard for them to get out of that compound because being surrounded by Gareebooo as well as Bullshark teams is not in a great spot. And while the rest of Niki is kind of in the Harry Potter tower right now, it's kind of hard for them to get out as well because it will be an open field there.
Yep, he's still lucky that he's right inside the zone. He doesn't really have to move yet, while Dita already taking a total of 4 kills. We have Rama just playing out of his mind, while Hydra needs to actually get himself in towards the next phase. They are just by the north side, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem, while Rollexxx has his special delivery sent his way. Bonk trying to take out Rama as well, just having a little bit of bullet sent his way, but he'll still be healthy for now, while Hydra managed to book himself a slot, and that will be them just taking that sort of a garage for the time being.
With the M6 trying to clip somebody, but it's a long shot for Bronx now. Well, I'm still looking at the map. We do have Ronnie still in the game, by the way. He's just rotating all over the map with that vehicle. I do hope he has a lot of fuel, but looking at Kaichi, she finally leaves her fortress. And just right after he leaves and exits out, being pressured so bad by Gareebooo drone, trying to spray her down.
Ron still trying to line it up, trying to clip over on the side of Kaichi. Oh, there we go! A detonation in their hands, and it will be RawKnee coming from the side of Mitchell's squad to actually take off that kill. There goes K7, losing out their leader, and now down to 8 more teams inside of Pochinki. Kronten smack right in the middle alongside with Bullshark in the next phase, followed by NIKITANGA being the 3 teams inside the zone.
Well, there you go. We're looking at the top 10 teams here. One more team that's being wiped out. We were looking at straight top 10. The rest of Dita is holding their ground. We're looking at Gareebooo just charging right in, saying hello to the rest of the party.
Alright, just trying to actually book himself another house for the rest of the squad. While everyone's just gotta make their run in towards the city. This is gonna be a little bit of a noisy fireworks coming all across the map while we see, oh my goodness, RawKnee, the leader is out of the vehicle, and there goes Sorty as well. That was a perfect explosion coming in from Dynamo Gaming with the special delivery.
Smokey living up to his name, smoke up that vehicle straight off the bat, boom away. While looking at Bullshark, who just jumped off that compound on that building to get another better angle to get some shots on. Look at this, how colorful the map are.
Oh yeah, it's definitely colorful as we see Sixes diving right in towards the ditch, and that will be Mitchell punishing them immediately. And my, oh my, even Gareebooo wants a piece of that sort of a pie, while Juicy is going to join into his fray. Here comes a couple of nades coming from the side of Bullshark, and oh my goodness, Angry just arrived, and he's already soaking so much of his damage as Pie making it rain, making a couple of Kobe's happen, and there goes those vehicles. It could not be utilized any further.
Well, there you go. They are denying the mobility. At the same time, it's a little bit of a long shot to get that nades on top of Rollexx's team. While Mitchel is holding their ground, getting tunneling the vision on Rollexx. It's so hard for them to get out of that ditch. It seems like they are being cornered so bad because on the other side, we have Mitchell's teams and Bullshark is aiming down on the high rollers.
You can see Sixes trying to lob one in towards the walls. Just trying to squeeze it through the window, not finding an upon as of yet, as it lobs straight towards the lower side of the housing area. And there we go, Joker getting sniped there, getting the hits of NIKITANGA. This will be the third time for NIKITANGA to bleed out. Here comes Juicy. On that iron side, AUG. Perhaps you need to put a little bit of red dot on top at least.
Oh, well, but even so, AUG is more than enough to actually... Well, if you get it on top of your iron sight, I don't mind without any scopes on, because it's enough damage for that. But Pi, he's trying to get a couple of taps here and there, while Dita is really aggressive.
Going in for the flank, he hops into a wall, and he manages to still take down RawKnee. Oh my goodness, he managed to travel into his Pochinki a little late to the party, and that will be it for him. But at least he managed to make it into the nice spot.
Very, very long time. He abandoned his ship right off the bat in the start of the game, but survived such a long time and secured himself top 10 at that.
Well, I really admire his effort. Well, I'll call him King of Trolls in a way. Like, he just drove all the way in towards that real small island. There's even no name for that. Well, this is the beauty of playing inside of Rangel. And here comes Dynamo Gaming, trying to take a peek. Still trying to look for NIKITANGA, trying to snipe him off. And over in the midsection, we see Gareebooo battling off against Mitchel.
Yeah, going head to head, and there you go. A lot of colors of nades being thrown here and there, while Dynamo is really, really in a tough spot. Only in a very small hut to play with, very small space there. While Mitchell still going at it for against Gareebooo, who's trying to hold their ground, trying to dominate this compound.
Oh,
looking
there
at
we
this,
go.
high rollers.
Oh, there we go. Sixes will be taken out. And well, we see Warren running out of mets right through the corners there. And I think that they really need to share some of all these supplies. And we're going to snug tight. This next circle is going to bring them out of the city. And I think this is where all the fights will start. And we're going to find out who will be the one taking that chicken dinner for match number 2. Oh my goodness.
Wow, that's a lot of straight on in his side for Bullshark getting another free kill there, but it's been return damage being punished back, but not that much damage still. He managed to knock ARXY down. But the rest of Mitchel's team trying to charge right in. ARXY is having a hard time there, trying to crawl himself into the safe zone while looking at Mitchel.
Dita driving straight towards the compound of NIKITANGA. This is not going to be a good sight for her, as Kronten will be able to take down Hydra. And there we go. Pi will be spotted out by Peter, but that's not going to be a really good spray, is it?
Oh, well, bad luck for Dita just now, who charged right into their own death. They probably were desperate for that blue zone. While looking at Dynamo, who is actually very comfortable in the safe zone. Looking at Gareebooo being charged by Kronten. Oh, wait for it. Did charge right in or not?
Trying to hop right out the window. Managed to spot out the rest of Gareebooo. There goes Wesley. Takes out Warren first, but it will be a 1-for-1 trade-off there, as Kronten LP still being left alive. Trying to scout out ahead. Trying to take off the other guys, but they managed to win the war. 5 more teams left alive, as Afifah will be able to eliminate the rest of RRQ Gareebooo.
Well, Gareebooo being wiped off right after Kron charged right in. Right now is Bullshark against Kron, and we have Juicy in the middle of an open field still crawling, and have another team, Dynamo's Gaming, on the other side.
You can see Juicy proning in the middle of it, all while Kronten is still trying to pick up some challenge. Pi will be the next one to fall, so Bullshark knows that there's going to be a squad by the corners of this wall while they are trying to snuck tight in towards the next zone, and this is going to close out in another 25 seconds. They don't really have much time, while PU are still by the corners of this really small tree.
You know, looking at Dynamo, how they are going to proceed to the end of the game. We're looking at Nikki being just targeted by Dynamos, while I'm looking at Juicy, who's really desperate and trying to not move even a muscle. If one moment he moves, he stand up, it's going to be the end of his life.
We see Juicy trying to outlast everyone, and he's the only member left alive from the side of Rollexxx.
That's a big treasure.
Has all 3 members right there. Oh, there we go. The spray down coming into his corners of the Pi once more. I'm thinking that Bullshark's going to have a little bit more trouble, as Dynamo going in for the push as well. They're running across. Juicy crossing him out. He might just go in for it.
Oh, he can take that one down, but he's just playing super safe right now. But Dynamo is right in front of his side for Juicy. He's trying to crawl in out already. Yes, he's being sniping off Juicy. I think it's Bullshark from behind. There you go. It's actually Kronten.
Oh my goodness, Abby managed to spot them out, and here comes Burns just trying to tap them all off. They're running low on mats. They're running low of health as well. This is your top 4 right now. Bullshark managed to take down Dynamo, as Smokey will be left down on the ground, as Bullshark himself will be wiped away. My goodness me, Burns is just really showing his top form with a total of 10 kills in the hands of Dynamo squad.
He's burning with desire to kill, I tell you so. While looking at Nikki, they're kind of in a tough, sticky spot there. Not much space to work on, no covers at all. While the rest of the team got themselves one small apartment each. They're looking at this. Will they manage to get
ganked on by both squads right here, and oh my, that was a really good drop roll of the nade. But here comes Smokey OP falling for the second time coming. Peter has a lot of smokes left intact. It's going to be a smoke city right here by the corners of Pachinki. And I got to correct myself. It was Kronten OP's team with the total of 10 kills leading the charge, but who's it going to be to take this chicken dinner?
Well, finally, we're looking at the 8th circle. We'll be proceeding to the 9th circle, last circle there is, but look at that. Joe managed to get one down for 10. OP is being knocked on his knees. Kronten might want to take this advantage, taking a third-party play here. Dynamo's Peter is going on the floor, just proning away to get the kills.
Pi will be able to spot out Joker going in with the headshot, and Abby's going to pull out that AUG, waiting for the right moment as Bullshark tries to call himself through. He managed to spot out 2 members straight coming from the side of Dynamo Gaming, and Dynamo will be wiped out from play. There's only going to be Kronten alongside with the rest of Bullshark, as we can see NIKITANGA trying to stand right up, trying to take up this challenge, spotting out for Abby. Abby's the only member left alive, trying to save Captain Kronten.
It's 1 versus 1. It's 1 versus 1 now. Contra, all 3 of them all being knocked on their knees. While looking at this, Joe might just make it for Pi, just managed being revived. This is a big advantage for Bullshark's team.
We can see this is right now phase 8 coming in their way, and they are just taking a breather right now, going for the revivals. Kronten definitely have the numbers advantage, but it's going to be a little bit tricky for them to deal with both Joe as well as Pi without revealing themselves. And when we speak of that, here comes a couple of bullets being let loose from the side of Bullshark as well between these 2 squads. It's just going to be one of them walking away with the match to chicken dinner.
Oh,
and we see Kronten trying to peek out. Abby as well. They are rotating across the walls, and there goes Kronten once again.
Whoa, one more nade. We're looking at a Molotov right now. Joe's trying to make the big plays here. Almost hit it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. First is taken down. It's only Abby left alive.
Oh, there it goes. They already turned into damage. He's being punished back. Who will win this?
Abby's still having a little bit more health as compared to Joe. They're going for another pickup, trying to save Kronten once again. Not letting him die, but the moment I speak of it, he's just going to let him slip off. As Abby wants to pick up this fight. It's between Joe as well as Abby. One of them will get the chicken dinner as they try to wrap themselves up. They're already out of mats in this scenario. One more first aid kit for the side of Abby. While Bull Shark Joe only has 10 bandages. Trying to charge up one frag. Trying to lob it through the vehicle. Will he be able to land it? And that will be one being slipped off the back.
That's so close. He still have one more nades to go. Last nade. Will it be the nades of miracle?
Abby going in for the push. He's going to lob it right in front of it. Boom! Chakalaka! That is match number 2. Ended with style as Bull Shark managed to take that chicken dinner. And oh my.
That was Kronten, man.
It was actually Kronten.
Yeah.
It was so close, I couldn't even tell.
That was such a nice match with the last moment of truth. That nade.
Well, he managed to charge up that nade, and it dropped right in front of him. But instead, it was Kronten's side that Abby managed to go in with the spray.
Yeah, Abby just go in. I'm sorry, but Bull Shark doesn't have any more healing on him. It was really low, and that's a couple of strays just enough to finish him off. So a big win for Crows there, and managed to follow up a second is actually Bull Shark. I'm sorry.
Well, I gotta say that they've definitely pulled up such an amazing fight. Down to the wire, and it was just a nail-biting moment because it could have been anyone. And I gotta say, even NIKITANGA, he was inside the Harry Potter tower for such a long time. He was just getting sniped left, right, and center, and PLR managed to still support him for the longest of time. And I gotta say, from the side of Kronten squad, Avi, although he was being left out alone for quite some time, he managed to go in for the pickup with Kronten OP. Standing up and down on the floor again for a few more times. But that was definitely the highlight of the whole day, and we still have a couple more matches to go as we conclude match number 2 inside Wrangell TPP.
Yeah, that was an astounding game, I'd say. I told you so. When it comes to Wrangell, the classical map, everybody just give their best, step up their game, and there were the nades were amazing, and I like how every single team, they play as a team play, except for RawKnee, you know, what he did.
Well, we know what's come back, RawKnee. Did he just went all the way in towards the Northeast Island. Well, he just isolated himself away from everybody else. You gotta give it to him, though.
It was supposed to be a team game. Look at all the other teams. They are reviving themselves among themselves, and that keeps them alive, buying a lot of time, especially in Kronten and Bull Shark team. Sorry, they were keep on reviving each other up to the point that they keep on knock one another down, but it's just not gonna finish off everybody.
Yeah.
But then looking at RawKnee, it's a totally different story.
Yeah, we'll talk about RawKnee. Well, at least he managed to squeeze himself into the top 9.
He is very smart.
Quite a fantastic feat, judging that he's playing by the edge of the circle, and it was just a really bold move, but it was really fun to watch. Now that we've already concluded the match number 2, it was just a lot of crazy action inside of Pachinki, and when we took the early game approach where we see a couple of teams just getting a little bit of action inside of Yasnaya, I was expecting a whole lot more coming from the side of K7. Well, they had a little bit of advantage over BTR Alice, but eventually we see them pulling off one by one because Kaichi is a little bit far away.
Yeah, they were playing too safe, I'd say. Even though they got that upper hand, like you said, Contra, that they can charge right in and we're winning that war. But they're kind of hesitant for a moment. Maybe they were not having enough information about how many people left in that building.
That's right. And of course, not only that, there's so many other teams that have played so well. Like even from the side of NIKITANGA, and even Mitchel had a pretty good start as well.
They were going solid. That's now. And looking at Dynamo, I like how they play style as well. They were being super aggressive. But I'm kind of curious who will get the most kills for this round.
Yeah, we got to find out after the short break later on. But of course, you guys are right now watching PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 online ranking session. Of course, this is all hosted by VSP, and we have this games all authorized by PUBG Corporation as well as Tencent Games. And we have so many things to talk about in this match itself. I couldn't believe my eyes on that final moment. It was just a couple of great nades coming across. And we talk about Dynamo, like it was really close between them as well as Bullshark, because we see Dynamo just clipping off Bullshark for the longest of time. But at the end of it all, it was NIKITANGA as well as the rest of the squads all surrounding him, and there's just no choice for them to drop out.
Yeah, it was kind of heavily populated in the middle of Pochinki. Just now, we're gonna go and see the leaderboard. The number one is none other than Kronten's team just now, with total points of 57, 20 total kills at that. And while second is actually Bullshark with 52 total points, 16 kills there.
No, that's a whole lot of kills for Bullshark as well as Kronten OP, but Dita is tying the match alongside with Bullshark with a total of 52 points for both of them. And Mitchel will come in at 4th spot, coming in with 32 points, followed by 12 kills in total. Kissel will also have quite an amount of kills, I would say, coming with a total of 13 kills, followed by Alice coming in 5th place, as well as NIKITANGA over onto 6th, and Taichi will secure a total of 30 points as well.
But I'm looking at the bottom 15 and 16, there's a lot of catching up to do for these two teams, the RawKnee as well as Sulin. But even so, they were doing great in the last game. So maybe we still have a lot of games to go. Well, 2 more games for today. We still have 4 more games for tomorrow. So maybe there will be a lot of different plays here and there. We're looking at the kills with the most one. Bullshark managed to get 7 points there in the top 5 here.
And followed by that, we have Kronten OP securing the total of 5 kills, and Dita herself will be able to rake in a total of 3 kills, alongside with Kissel with 2, and Rollexxx will come in with 1 kill by himself.
Well, looking at that, even though she's a very beautiful goddess, as you see Dita, but she is very, very aggressive. Don't judge a book by its cover, because she's very lethal in this game. Looking at top 5, 2 times in a row, she got herself at top 5 with the most kills.
Yeah, and those are double digits coming in through each match as well. And if they keep on going at it, perhaps Dita will be able to select her favorite squad, and perhaps maybe even teams like Bigatron will be playing in the future rounds. We will never know, so we have to find out much later on, as we will try to take ourselves a little bit of breather going in for a short break, and when we come back, we'll bring you match number 3.
Introducing the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019, presented by Google Play. 16 top gaming creators team up with the world's top pro players. Catch all the action and drama exclusively on YouTube. With millions of PUBG Mobile fans across the world, a new generation of stars competes for fame, glory, and $250,000 in total prizes. The road to stardom opens on July 1st. Join us and vote for your favorite star.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019, the online ranking session. I am Chichu, and this is none other than the legendary Contra here.
Legendary? Well,
oh yeah, just now we
I
watched.
wouldn't call myself a legend, but definitely these are the legends that are playing here.
Yeah.
So to be fair,
we can be legends too, right?
hopefully one day.
But before that, but before that, this event is hosted by none other than VSPN and is surely authorized by Tencent Games, also PUBG Corporation, and we have this presented by Google Play and only exclusively will be broadcasted on YouTube.
Yep. Speaking about YouTube here, you guys can claim yourself some free gifts. So how you can do that is to link your PUBG Mobile account with your YouTube account. Go into the settings and you will be able to find the link for you to click over onto connected accounts. And you'll be able to spot PUBG Mobile right there. So go ahead, click over onto it, and you'll be able to find your preferred region to play. And once you click onto that, you are set and you'll be able to receive your free gift by the end of the show. So do be patient for a little bit and go ahead and watch throughout the rest of the stream. Remember, some of your favorite superstars will be streaming as well. Go ahead to hit into his channel if you want to support them. Maybe you might just be the 5th man for the team. Oh, let's talk about match number 2, because match number 2, it was so exciting to watch.
That was amazing. Please, I'm looking forward for the third match, which will be very soon. Wait with us. But the thing is, just now it was a very close call between Kronten's team as well as Bullshark.
Oh yeah,
very
it was just a nail biter. It was a 1v1 situation, and even Avi was thinking, should I revive Kronten or should I take this fight hit on him? That was the right decision because they managed to find the last member of Bullshark rotating across, and he was already charging up that grenade after ready, trying to detonate Avi, as the first lap did not manage to catch Avi right there, doing a little bit short, or you could say long in a sense. And when he rotated across the wall, this is where Avi, I thought that he will be naded by the second grenade, but
it
instead,
was so close.
Yeah, it was Avi securing that chicken dinner for Kronten's side, and right now Kronten is sitting on top. We'll find out who will be able to walk away with the third match chicken dinner. So let's get into it.
And let's not waste any more time. Jump into the third game of PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking flight into match number 3 in TPP, Erangel, as we'll take flight all the way from Stabro into Sanaska Military Base. This is the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 online ranking session, where we see the top 16 gaming creators fighting their way to get themselves in towards a lot more bragging rights, as well as securing their favorite team.
Bragging rights, really?
Yep,
oh,
bragging rights. You see, you know, Ronnie is like showing off and say like, I don't need to fight. I just want to take my sweet time, and I will get myself in the top 10 anyways.
You know, on second thought, you have to agree on that. Ronnie, even though we were looking at him like that, he still managed to get himself top 10 placement. So if he managed to keep on going, doing stuff like that, he might get himself a top 5. But looking at the flight path, it was a very, I would say very stabilized flight path. But I do hope this circle gonna end up somewhere in the west. It'll be more interesting.
Oh yeah, if it ends in Zarkia, it will be a little bit of a tough run for the guys coming in towards the Nazca Military Base. Gareebooo will be the first one to dock in towards Severny, while Bullshark will be occupying Rozhok, as Kenbu tried to float himself in towards the corners of school, as well as Pachinki. Dynamo having members scattered across, while Eldest Kira, as alongside with Alice's team, slowly making their way. I'm not sure where exactly they're heading, but we see a couple of teams inside of the Mille base, and that will be Mitchel's inside of Novo Repnoy. Over the east side, there's a whole lot of teams as well.
Well, looking at this, just now we saw the first Erangel map game. It was a total different kind of drops, where not many teams actually is favoring the Mille base. But looking at this side, I think it was like a total different game now, because there's a lot of teams dropping at the center of the map just in case they have no idea where the first circle will be at. So just to be safe, then sorry, might as well just stay in the middle of a map, right? So it's easier for you to do another rotation after this. But right after I'm staying and calling it, I make the shots right. It really is a punishing for circle for the rest of the players.
Well, it's not too bad for some of these guys inside of Sanaska Island. They could just easily cruise their way in towards the west side of the bridge, while Dynamos are smack right in towards the middle, as Alice is just by the corners of the shorelines. Pretty cute suit coming in, as Dynamos will be taking all these Dacias as well as UAZs, so that they could rotate a little bit easily, as they are currently by the corners of Gatka.
Okay, I'm waiting for some bridge cam, because looking at the current state, Alice's team might as well do that while they're already at the west bridge from the Mille base towards the mainland here. Well, looking at K7, I do notice Alice's team and Kaichi's team always bump into each other very, very soon in the game.
Yeah, I think that collision, I'm not sure if it's intentional or not, but it might just spot out some little bit of a rivalry. But I believe that they are still pretty much good friends outside of the game. But looking at all these matches, I'm thinking that all of them are just really bloodthirsty to get themselves, you know, their favorite teams. Like we've already spoken about all these members. Maybe you want to get RRQ Athena, the defending champions of PMSC, or perhaps, you know, Kronten could possibly opt for teams like Seoul so that he could just play alongside with Mortal. That will be really fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Seoul as well, but looking at the current state here, we're looking at Novo's section. Nobody is contesting them, and I do know that Gareebooo is very comfortable looting themselves up to the Severity section, but it seems like they're kind of far off from the circle. We're looking at the very bloodthirsty Dynamo Peter. He is actually very low with their solo.
Peter managed to take down Natasha as Alex gets a couple of bullets flying away as well. All these members are dropping real low, but Peter is only down to 1 dot health left, not having any meds at all. He's got to build out of the situation because he's all alone, but he's still really hungry for more. Finding Natasha, trying to spot him out, and he's just loitering by the corners of the UAZ, trying to drive across. This is going to cause a little bit of noise, and I'm not sure whether if Alex manages to spot this one out, as he'll drive himself into safety.
This is a very risky move for Peter, but like it or not, it was worthwhile because when he hopped into that UAZ, he managed to get himself a long breather just to manage to get away from that really bad ordeal. Well, looking at Camboos here, they are not contested around the school area. It's not so famous, this game, for the school area.
Well, definitely it's kind of quiet over the side of the school compounds alongside with the hostile region. While Kissel will be occupying the rest of Pochinki. Well, the weekends are just around the corner. I guess that's where all the kids are away from the school, while Kronten OP managed to secure that trike, having Mazik driving it, and Kronten securing that. So the chicken dinner was really heavily favored for him, and it definitely went well. And with that, I hope that he can maintain that sort of position. And Kronten himself is one of the highest, one of the highest kills among the rest of all these gaming creators out there.
Yeah, they are playing very aggressive for Kronten's team, but looking at the state, I think any team can take that chicken dinner away from them. Will they manage to maintain their consistency of the performance they have for both Kron's team, Bull Sharks, as well as Dita's team, who have been falling off the chart? I think last game they were doing great still, even though they didn't get themselves the chicken dinner, but secured themselves at top 8 at least.
Yep, that's true, and I'm looking forward for more, while RawKnee still trying to plot something out. What is he up to this time around? He's walking across the island, and empty-handed. He's just wanting to get a little bit of that speed boost and just hopping around. I think he knows the camp's right on top of him. Well, I'm not sure if he wants to get himself a vehicle or not, but he's just getting himself in towards the next phase, and he might just bump into the rest of NIKITANGA's squad.
Well, RawKnee's team is always something very interesting to watch. It piqued my interest sometimes what their decision making are. But anyhow, looking at Mitchel's teams, who you just said might bomb into RawKnee's, who's kind of separated 2 into 2 right now.
There we go, a little bit of spray down coming from Kissel 99 as he will go in to tap out over on the M16, finding at least one on his crosshair. That will be O2 being dropped out there as Beside will secure the kill.
That was a beautiful shot with that precision by Kissel's team. Managed to secure themselves at least 2 kills up there, while the rest of Seoul is kind of a predicament. Like it or not, they have to give away this compound because they don't have enough manpower to defend as long as they want to.
We did see Seoul now having 2 members eliminated. They still have Hoi as well as 1 more member alongside with them, while Kaichi is taking the biggest barn house over on the south side of Gatka, which is within the region right now. But how long can K7 Kaichi hold? That is going to be the question, while Alice will be inside of Primos right now. Each one member is being segregated across the town.
Oh, they can be happily looting themselves for the Elsa's team because not many teams are occupying around Primos area. But we're looking at everybody's doing the migration very early head on. It's still the first phase of a circle, but already 2 people out of the game. We're still looking at 15. Oh, there's a lot of time still going on, to be honest. And we're looking at more around 8 more minutes to go for the circle will migrate. Well, ARXY just passing through Niki's team, while K7 might just gonna challenge up Niki's, who just happened to be around there somewhere.
We can see ARXY rotating across using that Lucia, speeding it real quick. And Niki won't be able to actually go in for any sort of sprayed out. Well, Apapi will get himself occupied in towards the Fairy Pier. There's still Peter inside of Fairy Pier, and we see him dashing in after facing off against Alice's team. And there we go, Milk spotting out till T9.
Oh, T9, the great T9, I say, has been pulling off a lot of clutches in the last game. Can he make it the same thing for this time around? It was 1 versus 4 for him before.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's one bullet over inside of Milk. The moment that you speak about him, he just shows how much of a talent he has, and that sort of a control on that Mini 14. And now that they have members backing the side of NIKITANGA, it's going to be a little bit of a hard battle for him to take down all 3 guys.
But even so, you have to be super careful with that level 1 helmet. Easily get headshot from over the top. While Peter, he survived from that ordeal just now. He was kind of clumped up at first, but he managed to escape himself out of that zone. While looking at this very pure area, it's really solo and lonely moment for him because the rest of the team is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, you know what? I just spot out that we've been saying his name a little bit wrong because like he had a little bit of a small S right in front of Peter, so that makes him a Spider.
Spider.
So, yep, Spider man, he
sir.
is. Well, he's been having a little bit of a turmoil over on the side, while the Joker will be able to secure that drop right in front of him. AUG alongside with suppressor for snipers. Not sure if he's already holding a sniper already, but I'm pretty sure that will be pretty good for his allies as well if he's not using it at all.
Well, that's true, but looking at Joker, he might just get all the loot and stock himself up with all that level 3 airdrop just now that he found. But I don't know, will he be okay charging right into ARXY area? Because they know we're looking at Mitchel's team who just happened to pass by. This is a very hard time for Mitchel. Looking at this state, they are building this zone right now.
Just trying to cut across, managed to escape out of the raft coming from that AUG, while Dynamo still trying to get himself a couple of clips. And there is ARXY not too far away, sharing the same town as Dynamo right now. Smokey LP will be frontlining. I'm pretty sure that he's already stocked up some of all these utilities to actually pick up this fight, while White Link's just trying to back off away. They have all these UAZs parked over on this other corner. If they choose to bail away, they could still opt to do so, but they want to take this fight head on.
As long as their UAZ is not being denied by the other teams as we speak. While looking at ARXY, they are kind of clumped up. While we have Poppy trying to do the scouting, try to pass the information to the rest of the team, while Joker is trying to get a little cheeky peek there. Didn't manage to cap anybody out of the blue, but Lord managed to run away, dashing through that sprays by RawKnee, almost close enough to get that kill.
Oh, that was a little bit of a flip as well. Now that P-Lord managed to get himself by the corners of the ditch, I think that this is a safe place to be, but he needs to take a little bit of a swim to cut himself right across. Lucky enough, this is still the early phases of the game. Phase 1 is closing right through, and I want to find out how the next phase is going to push some of all these teams right across. We see a whole lot of teams right across the Gatco region, while Mitchel is trying to gatekeep anyone cutting across the west bridge of Sonaska military base, while Dynamo still getting himself inside of Verpure. That's going to be Joker rotating towards the western side.
Bong is really in a sticky icky situation. Look at that. He's been cornered, but he managed to get one kiss as well there. And looking at this side beside, just gonna punish him back, but one more. That's a big knock there. 2 down, still 2 more to go. It'll be 1 versus 4.
Oh, we go!
He got 1 more. What is this? One and another just being finished off by Bong solo.
That's another kill getting taken away, and Bonk just wipes out all 3 members, and that is a total team getting eliminated right there. Say goodbye to Kissel 99.
That was such a big clutch by this small guy.
Oh my goodness, that was just a perfect spray, and we did not expect him to actually clutch that one off, just snapping the crosshairs 180. The moment that he took 1 down of 1 member off Kissel, he just went all the way towards the back, knowing that members are flanking him. Although he's receiving a whole lot of damage, he still clutched it all right through. That was a big play.
That was such a quick wit done by him, but then I didn't see that coming. But look at the current circle right now. Everybody just moved with the migration as the second phase of the game has begun. And Dita just gonna migrate over to C and rotate to see if they're gonna bump into another team and pass that information right back to the rest of the squad. We're looking, they might bump into another high rollers team. We'll look at number 3 who just passing by just now.
We can see Rollexxx just trying to secure into position while Dita is already camped it out by the corners of the wall shores and finding out the rest of Kronten's squad just driving in towards the patrol station. Here comes the spray down over on the side of UAZ, getting a couple of bullets clipping over the side of Kronten members while Sands have a really good control on that Scar L in terms of recoil as Sixes is still lurking around, falling on his belly, and this is going to be quite a good spot to be at now that we saw the second phase circle just having a lot of regions covered up. There are still parts of the south side of the island that is having a little bit of coverage while the rest of the squads are trying to find an area to call themselves home.
Oh, look at that. Rollexxx is being a high roller charge right into the Crone's area. This is a risky, ballsy move by the rollers. But looking at it, Krone is being dashed and wiped off the map straight away. Look at how fast the HP go down, chipped away by that sprays of bullets.
And we see Kronten OP trying to go in for the revival. Sixes will be the next one to drop, as we can see Stark taking it out from the back. So this is going to be a three-way battle between all these squads, as Angry will be finding himself a way to actually go in for the dive. Kronten will be able to save Avi. And over the back, we have Mazik trying to go in for a pickup as well over on the side of Burns. Sixes, only member across for the side of Rollexxx, just hiding by the buggy. I'm not sure if Rollexxx could do anything at all, but here comes Milk trying to take this kill away.
This
is
just mean. This is such an evil thing to do. Milk is taking the advantage. As a third party, you might just finish off everybody from the flanks. Nobody has a clue that Nikki is actually tunneling them from the side of the map.
We can see the rest of K7 is around the corner as well, and Juicy will be able to actually give a little bit of coverage with these smokes being popped up. Hydra trying to join in towards this zone as well, so all eyes are being locked in towards the station as Milk will go in to destroy that vehicle, and there goes Sixes. It's a little bit too late for Rollexxx to save him.
But Milk straight away being punished with half HP being clipped off, while Mazik now being just getting taps from Angry. Dita is being punished so bad. Looking at Lord right now, he's trying to get a kill on Sands.
You can see Sands just trying to build out of that UAZ while Kronten will have a couple of taps on his way. Now that will be another revival. Mazik still safe and alive. They are expending a whole lot of utilities. Smokes being covered up. There's also all these first aids being popped, but Alice will be taking their sweet time inside Very Pure. There's so many different visitors into Very Pure now, but most of them have already landed in towards the patrol station.
That's true. They just passing by a lot of times, but nobody's actually camping there. While looking at Kron, still going at it against the rest of the whole 4 teams are actually in this compound. 1, 2 from the flanks, while they have no idea in the middle ones are the most victimized team. We're looking at Bullshot still going around Alice's squad right now.
Oh, where we see a flank coming towards the side of Natash, being the first one to fall by Tron, going in for the flank, taking out Alice as well, and there goes Team Alice. Down for the count over on the 15th spot. They will have to sit out towards this game. And Bullshark, oh my goodness me. We see Bullshark just popping off in the previous Star Challenge, and there we go again.
Oh, that was close for the nade. Sorry for that contra, but looking at Nikki, they still keep tabbings on these 2 teams. While looking at the other side, still Dita. They keep on nitpicking on every single team that they can see for their Nikki's team.
Well, this is a really good place for NIKITANGA side to be at, because you can actually have a bird's eye view all across the Gatka side, and they've already heard a lot of all these fires coming in from the side of the patrol station as well as the shores. So Nikki could just play it out all day. They don't really have to worry, and just in case if the circle appears over on towards the northern section, they could easily just go back to their vehicle and head back in towards maybe places like Pachinki or the open areas of Gatka, while the rest of Dynamo, they are just playing it safe right in between Quarry as well as Kaichi's team, somewhere smack towards the south side of Pachinki.
Oh, speaking of Dynamo, I think they just got themselves another airdrop loot, which is very, very stuck up right now. Well, looking at Gareebooo is right at the edges of the circle. Like it or not, they have to face the truth. That is, the favors of the circle is not upon their side. But Dynamo, well, we're talking about them. Right now, they're actually in the center of the circle with the rest of K7. We have like what, 6-7 teams right in the middle of the circle there.
Yeah,
very safe and comfortable.
They still have to be pretty wary about that because Gareebooo needs to make their way in towards at least Fairy Pier or even Quarry. That's where they might get spotted out by Dynamo, and Xinchuan is joining the party over the west as well. It's a little bit of a standstill inside of the patrol station once again, and in between we see RawKnee needing to cut across the bridge, and this is where Dita might just finally find a couple of shots to actually pick them off. Now we are looking at the crosshair of P-Lord, still having a little bit of a hard situation to actually squeeze those bullets in towards the station.
Yeah, Dylan says has been at that same place for the past 5 minutes, and nobody can clip his head off from that, I think a little bit of the cliff area there. While the rest of camp was still camping around this, right at the outskirts of Pachinki, I'd say more into the Fairy Pier, right in front of the bridge. We're looking at Dynamo's team, and there you go, RawKnee, Ted is actually bridge camping here.
We can see RawKnee just trying to find a little bit of an idea on how they could possibly cut across safely, because they can still opt for the river if they really want to jump it off. But Mazika is just trying to check every single side of the windows. And I believe that by this time, Rollexxx as well as Kronten will not have enough of nades to fight off. But here comes Xinchuan. Siren plans to spot out Gareebooo, and he's managed to at least cause a little bit of damage towards the side of Destro.
Yeah, they're trying to deny the mobility for the opponent's team, while Siron just gonna go run, living up to his name. While Coco here still going, applying pressure on Gareeboo's team. They are kind of clumped up at the moment, but they don't want to stay too long, or there will be a sitting duck situation for them. Another team might just passing through here. So, like it or not, they're actually at the edge of the circle. You don't want to stay too long at that area.
You can see Coco still trying to find his crosshairs. Oh my goodness, 6 times on that AKM. And this is a spray that's so hard to actually control. Like Coco's doing a pretty good job nevertheless. A little bit of flip of the bike coming out of nowhere. Well,
oh, that's interesting to watch.
Yeah, I thought it was Ben doing some tricks, but I was a little bit wrong on my side of things. Well, Austin is inside of this compound where they have a couple of areas to play with. This is going to be a little bit of a warehouse section.
Oh my goodness.
It's still a little bit of a standstill between both Rollexxx as well as Kronten. So I guess we're going to look at elsewhere then.
Yeah, the recession kind of continues and stagnation keep on going between those two teams. They are very, very safe, but I always love to watch RawKnee's teams. And looking at Rollexxx, the high rolls and cross still going at it. And both teams are playing very assertive. While we're looking at Tug having a Tug life there. Just gonna go and walk through the open field. Nobody actually cares about them right now because nobody is actually in that area for the moment.
And looking at the other side of the map, we see Mitchel having a little sweet time for themselves, while Angry still trying to find a way, trying to plot this one out. They know that they're still out there, but it's trying to get those little pixel shots over on the bottom side of the wall, because this patrol station is not really all too safe, and that buggy has not been popped as of yet. Mazik playing a little bit riskily. If he were to have that buggy burnt out right in front of him, I think the explosion might have just taken him down, but that's not much of an issue for Kronten to actually go in for it safe as well.
Yeah, well, looking on the other side of the map, I saw that Gareebooo was being taken down by Xinchuan's team, either one of the way. And we have one more. Dynamo's Gaming is actually waiting for the right time to charge right in, taking up the advantage. Here, how's the circle gonna prove whether you're being punished or you're in the God's favors of the circle? And the only team that's actually in the middle of it is actually the Dynamos. And the rest of the team, like it or not, they have to push and crawl themselves up into the safe zone. And looking at the east side is not really a pretty scene to watch at all, for the rest of the team have to clump up against each other.
We see Bullshark having a little bit advantage over on the south side of Fairy Pier, and they might just have a little bit of duel against ARXY's side, while Xinchuan have a little bit of trouble to get in towards the zone via Quarry, while Gareebooo is slowly marching up ahead. Here comes Kenboo as well, slowly getting in from the northern side. And I'm worried about some teams over the east side, because Rollexxx is still having that standstill inside the patrol station, and they're not exactly inside the zone, as we see the rest of NIKITANGA seeing a loud rotation. Might just let loose a couple of bullets, and here comes the smoke. Maybe this might just be it, and we will see them forcing out the fight,
Nope.
and they still stock up on those frags. So that's good news for them.
My goodness, look at that. Ronnie finally making move. Well, look at Kronten actually get Dita out of nowhere. They were against another team, but they taken up the fight against another one. RRQ, we're looking at Cam who just charged right in. Finish off Coco there. We have Gareebooo on the other side. Will that making them sandwich in between?
We can see Gareebooo finally taking off Coco. I guess that 6 times A camp didn't really work that much of a wonder this time around, while Rollexxx just trying to actually fend off against the rest of Kronten members there. Magic once more on the floor. Here comes the push coming from the side of Juicy. This might just be the time to shine. They've waited for the longest of it all. And why? What a fitting ending for them, because, you know, Rollexxx is a watch.
That was a very long standstill, and like it or not, Angry is angry. He wants to kill, he wants to finish this up. No more that stagnation or recession that they waited for such a long time, but Kronten is such in a sticky icky situation. They might just get finished here. One man left, while the rest of Kronten is on their knees, while one more is just running on the ground. Angry is just being a disaster right now.
You can see Angry rotating across, finds some content. There we go. The captain is down for the count, and they want to go in for the revival. And there we have Birds just trying to actually find him out. But Angry is outside of the zone. He needs to actually heal up. Does he have enough time? 3 seconds on the clock. Oh no, he will fall instead. And that is not enough time for that member of Team Rollexxx, as Juicy will try to outrun the circle right now.
There was 0.7 seconds left for him to heal up. It was so close. And Angry right now is being punished back by his actions. And like it or not, the rest of Crow is going to survive. We're looking at Chi, which making a move, being very safe, going in a zigzag pattern on the Dacia.
He's really managed to spot them out. This is them hopping off the Dacia. This is just going to be a tough one for them to actually take this one out. Burns will be outside of the zone, will be taken out. And this is 44 players left alive. Here comes Secret, going with it straight out on that micro Uzi to get a couple of shots over the side of Rama as they try to take him down. He's just prone on his belly. But Sans will be able to take out Ben. And that's one member down for the side of K7.
Oh, there you go. Dita Sans is still not satisfied with that one knock. Still more to go. While Kaichi is trying to get a vision on her side. But this is not great. Looking at that. Sans getting the clutch over. And with that proning, managed to get 2 kills secured. While the rest of the team is struggling to find a vision on
Juicy
Sans.
stole the kill. Juicy was just across the corner, but now he doesn't want the kill to be stolen. Instead, Sans will stand up and will secure that after take out Kaichi. And here we have Dita still proning over in the corners there, and Sans will be the next one to fall as Juicy goes on that VSS, takes him down.
All the rest of ARXY just might join in the fray. We have Dynamos on the other corner of the map. Sans is struggling, and there you go. He finished off his life. Well, Dita is really hoping Rama will actually rescue her. And there you go. Rama just made it on time to save up the rest of the team. Only 2 of them left. While NIKITANGA trying to get the victim for the next of that weapon on his hand.
Gotta say, he is definitely a hero, saving up Dita in the nick of time. Well, Stark goes in for the spray on that 6-time M4, and they manage to spot out the rest of Dynamo. And there we go. Juicy will fall. And this is Rama paying back what he deserves after killing off some of these members right there. And that nade just falls right upon Smokey. And Smokey OP having to prone inside of the smoke while Stark still trying to keep his eyes out. And that's one more member from the side of Dynamo. Spider trying to drop a nade nearby the side of Stark.
I'll start trying to keep up the pressure going on while the rest of Nikki is struggling to find a vision up for the opponents. But Mitchel is getting a lot of damage of Gary.
Oh, that was a really close one. Almost landing towards the side of NIKITANGA as well as Stark. So this is going to be a battle between both of them for the time being, while Bonk just tries to drive off with that buggy that he has right in front. Bullshark managed to secure a knock while he's driving straight into the middle of the fight.
Oh, what's that? That's happened. But look at this. But will he make another watch? This guy is insane.
I can't believe my eyes. He just drive over with that buggy, and he managed to secure that double kill at the moment that he docked right in front of them.
Bonk again, ingenious plays by him 2 times in one single game. How can this guy is still alive at this point? But looking at still going on for the fight, Dynamo is actually struggling on his knees. While the rest of Nikki just gonna fight off head-to-head against them.
You can see Siren just hiding by the corners of the airdrop, having a little bit of a vehicle bunker for himself. Well, Xinchuan still in the running for the chicken dinner. We have 7 teams left alive. The moment that we speak of it, Dita Rama will be able to take off ARXY, and the rest is history for the side of ARXY's team. While Bullshark is not inside the circle, we have Dynamo's NIKITANGA, and of course Stark trying to take out Smokey right there.
Oh my goodness, there you go. Once you pop your head out, they're just gonna straight right and knock you down. While the rest of Niki is being very, very safe. There are 2 teams right in front of them. Managed to secure 1 kill as Smokey will be out of the game.
And speaking of Smokey, there at least there is a smoke to actually cover some of these members, while we see Tosho from the side of Mitchell having Kenbu taken down on that M16. That's quite a range coming in from the side of Kenbu, and he's trying to secure that kill, but he's just hiding behind the tree, just waiting for somebody to provide him a little cover, while Joker playing by the smokes there. We see NIKITANGA having the numbers advantage. Oh, that snipe though.
Ouch, that's a lot of damage taken by Milk alone. Straight away into proning and just heal himself to make sure he can buy more time. By looking at the other side, Gareebooo just managed to knock down Mitchel here. While Jong is actually playing the proning game, waiting for the right moment to get the vision in his line of sight to spray a couple of taps. Might as well just wipe a whole team with that position.
Saw the lob coming in from the grasses, but could not spot out Jong. A lob of the nade does not land towards the side of Bong, as we see the circle slowly closing in. So the Blues will eat up Tosho alive, while Kenbu will secure that sort of kill. Thank you very much. While Seren will be the next one to fall. Warrock just having that perfect bird's eye view towards the side of Kenbu members on the other end.
Oh, Mick just managed to heal himself just now, but clip and being shredded off his helmet there. Like it or not, he needs to change that armor. But the rest of Xinchuan team is just struggling so bad. They like it or not, they're being pressured by the blue, and at the same time, Gareebooo just take that advantage with Warang, finish them off with that beautiful sprays.
We see Kenbu's team securing so many of these kills, and Stark will find Tron right towards his head. That's going to be a headshot, and there's way too many smokes being popped up, and I think that Bullshark is kind of blinded right now. There's not much for them to do. While Stark tries to go in for push, they do have the UAZ for coverage. They might just run right in, but instead there is a bullet flying towards his way from the back, as Bullshark will be able to take out Stark first from the outskirts. While Bang tries to go in for the spray down there. We still have 50 more to go, and they're trying to take out that UAZ, and that will be one more member down, as Bullshark will be the next one to fall.
Well, Bong managed to make one more big clutcher in this game. He is one of the most fearsome people in this game right now. Keep on getting big clutches, 1 versus 4 all the way. With the rest of Niki is trying to get a better vision. We're waiting for Joe here. Still proning, trying to wait for the right time, get in line of sight straight to pull off a big clutch if he wants to. It will be anybody's game at this point. 1 man left for Bullshark. That will be Joe. He's trying to be very patient. The rest of Niki and Dynamo just trying to get this 1 game out of the game. Gareebooo is struggling so hard, fighting against 4 versus 3 versus 2 versus 1. This will be only 4 teams left, 11 alive.
We see Kenbu spraying through the smokes. There's a lot of cotton balls on the ground, while we see NIKITANGA having the numbers advantage. But it was Kenbu securing a total of 15 kills, and they are right now in the leaderboards, of course. While we see Bonk almost pulling out, but it will be Pilo taking out Joker, and now only 10 more to go. P-Lord on that barrel going strong for the reload, but it was Joe! Oh my goodness, Joe! The Heavy Master gets spotted out there, and now Gareebooo sitting at 16 kills. They are trying to finish this game strong.
It's 3 teams left, but Gareebooo is damaged so hard by Stark just now. But looking at this, Niki might take up the challenge. And look at it, 1 versus 1. And it seems like Gareebooo just keep on exchanging fire against Niki. You have no idea what's happening right now.
We see Warren just going in for the flank, and now it's all up to P-Lord. All of them are on the ground between both of these squads. But instead, they're going in for the rival. It will be a 3 versus 4 if all of them are back up on their feet. But this is going to be a 2-man's advantage for both sides. They're going for the flank, looking for NIKITANGA, but Niki and P-Lord will be able to take down Warong, and it's all up to Gareebooo. Gareebooo trying to go for the heals, and they know that they're just by the corners of the truck. He's going to go in for the revivals, and that is P-Lord finishing off both Warong as well as Drunk. Now, this is just members from the back. They are trying to go in for the save while Stark crawling in. They want to finish off strong with all 4 members. NIKITANGA might just have the advantage, but here comes straight out. Oh my goodness, a nade coming from Gareebooo!
Oh my goodness, Nick is getting the advantage of firepower, but he's not enough. Gareebooo and Bong just going straight right in. Who is winning this? It was so close. There you go. Oh my goodness.
NIKITANGA finally got themselves that chicken dinner after a couple of rough rounds, and that was such an intense fight. Once more, it was between a one-on-one situation, but they went in for a save, and they are so focused into it, getting all the allies back up, and it became a 4v2.
But Bonks, man, that guy is a beast. I don't know how many clutches he made just in one single game. It was 1 versus 4 for him, wipe up the whole team by himself, and then another kill for himself. The whole team be wiped again. And that last call, Gareebooo, and it almost bong and just 2 of them versus 4.
Yeah, I gotta say, that was a fantastic round for the side of Gareebooo, securing the most kills out of his squads. But at the end of it all, we saw NIKITANGA. They were camping out inside of the forest, in between both Fairpure as well as Gaka for the longest of time, and that rewarded them with that sort of patience as they slowly pick off teams one after another. So congratulations to NIKITANGA for taking match number 3 with that winner chicken dinner.
I'm looking forward for match number 4. Until now, I don't know what's gonna happen on match number 4. Everybody just step up their game this time. I am surprised about how aggressive these guys can get, especially Bong. What is wrong with you? But like it or not, I'm happy that RawKnee finally joined in the team, and they're going as 4 this time. But they were doing great just now.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well. They went into Fairpure, and there was just way too many teams surrounding themselves. And I think that it was pretty much an intense situation for Kronten as well as Rollexxx, because we had a standoff for the longest of time inside the pro station, in between the bridges as well as Fairpure. And after all of that, I thought that Rollexxx will be able to actually win those trade-offs, but
that nade though,
it was too long of those trade. Yeah,
that one nade actually just made the call that who won that fight. And angry, it was so close that he managed to knock a couple of teams from the other side, but it's just the
a little bit too late because of the blue zone, right?
Yeah, that blue zone moment, it was harsh for him because he managed to heal himself just a little bit, half a second left. Just half a second, he can heal himself up almost full HP.
I guess he's too occupied, too focused to actually take out the rest of the members of Kronten. And eventually, when they are just too fixated in that fight, you forgot to actually check out what's the next zone, and eventually they dropped out, and it became the situation where, you know, everyone's just fighting by the forest and everyone's just trying to prone. And even K7 went a little bit late and got spotted out by Gareebooo, and Gareebooo just went in shredding all these members out. I guess to say that big respect for all these guys, Drawn, Bonk, as well as Warren, because they definitely pulled on quite the show. And not forgetting Dynamo as well.
Oh yes, Dynamo has been playing so well. They are playing in a very good team play. I like how they always segregated whenever they see an enemy. They don't clumped up as a 4. They separate it as 1-1-1-1 and covering more angles from the sides as well as the front and the back. But the thing is, I'm a big fan of Prone's gaming right now, because you saw how many clutches by just proning and nobody noticing you from that standpoint.
Well, I guess it really depends on the sort of terrain, because that sort of terrain is a little bit tricky, and you can still hide by the grass, and if you do have the Gillis, it will give you a little bit of that sort of edge. And we see a little bit of that amazing sprays coming from across all these teams. But let's have a look in towards the leaderboards right now. Bullshark will be topping the board, knocking down NIKITANGA right below because of the total kills that Bullshark managed to receive by the end of the game. 22 kills as well as 74 points, sitting at number 1 spot.
And looking at number 2, NIKITANGA, even though they are not getting as much kills as the other team, but that placement point really plays a big role for them at 71 points at the 2nd place. Dita, oh boy, unlike how the Romeo and Juliet plays their role just now, managed to secure themselves a couple of wipe of the whole squad. If I'm not mistaken, it was ARXY's team, and it will secure them with 20 kills. They're 70 points in total, while Gareebooo got themselves a lot of kills with follow-up Kron's team here, 22 and 21, almost the same kills as the number 1 Bullshark, but got themselves tied at 4th and 5th place with 61 points.
Yep, and followed by that, we have Mitchel sitting at 6th spot, followed by Dynamo Gaming coming in the 7th place with a total of 38 points. Kaichi is just 1 point short, although they did manage to secure a lot more kills. They are lacking in terms of ranking positions. Looking towards the 9th position, we have Kissel99 being taken out pretty early into the game, followed by Alice coming with a total of 7 kills. Both share the same kills alongside with Team Rollexxx, and that's just 1 point of difference between the two of them, while Kissel will share it with Alice coming in for 9th as well as 10th place. 12th place we'll have ARXY, followed by Sinchuan, Gareebooo, Sulin, and last but not least we have our dear friend RawKnee sitting at
I still love
points.
RawKnee. I love RawKnee the most, don't get me wrong. But look at the kill leaderboard right now. Bullshot just chopping everybody's else whenever they come in his way. While got himself at first place with the most kill, 8 points there in total. While looking at Kronten, who is just going up the stairs now, and with 5 points, tied with Gareebooo, who at 3rd place. While Dita fallen off the chart at the 4th placement, 3 points, tied with Kissel99 at 5th placement.
Well, I gotta say that we see all of them still fighting to be the best out there, and that was just an amazing performance from everyone. And of course, Gareebooo out of nowhere suddenly getting that rage into his arms. He's just spraying everyone as he goes.
It's like he switched on Super Saiyan mode.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I'm just gonna go and kill everybody in 1 versus 4. Who cares? I'm gonna kill everybody right in front of me. I'm like, I'm surprised. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. They turned into one of like Godzilla and started to stomp every team that he faces right in front of them. But in that final moment, it is, of course, the chicken dinner slipping off of his hands as NIKITANGA managed to secure that one for match number 3. So match number 4 is coming in our way pretty shortly. So I believe that we're getting ready for our last match for day number 1.
And before that, we have to take a little bit of a break and make sure you guys are not going anywhere. Stay focused with us. We still have one more game to go for day 1, and just don't budge. Wait for it. There are small clutches and plays to go. We'll see you right back after this.
That's right.
Introducing the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019, presented by Google Play. 16 top gaming creators team up with the world's top pro players. Catch all the action and drama exclusively on YouTube. With millions of PUBG Mobile fans across the world, a new generation of stars competes for fame, glory, and $250,000 in total prizes. The road to stardom opens on July 1st. Join us and vote for your favorite star.
And welcome back, everybody, to the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 online ranking session. My name is Kronten. Here alongside with me is Chuchu, bringing you the final match of day number 1, match number 4 inside of Erangel TPP.
That was a flawless plays by most of this team, but before that, we have to thank our host, which is VSPN and authorized by Tencent Games as well as PUBG Corporation and presented by Google Play. And this event is only broadcasted exclusively on YouTube.
That is right, and of course, when you guys are watching it through YouTube, I would like you guys to link your accounts to your PUBG Mobile account so that you guys can walk away with a couple of free gifts up for grabs. All you have to do is click on the settings and you will be able to connect your PUBG Mobile account, and you can look for your favorite region to play. And once you've done so, that is all you have to do. And you gotta sit back, relax, as the items will be credited by the end of the show or so. So be patient about it. And tomorrow we'll have more games coming up on our way as well.
It will be the same as scheduled as today. So be sure you guys stay with us within these 2 days. But even so, keep your eyes open to click the box for rewards claiming in case you guys missed it. It will only be up there for a couple of seconds. But talking about the game just now, wow.
Well, I gotta say that was yet another close call coming in between both Gareebooo as well as NIKITANGA, as NIKITANGA managed to actually clinch that third match victory. Now, we're gonna go into Erangel TPP once more for match number 4 coming our way shortly.
Well, here we go in the final match for day 1, match number 4 in here, PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 online ranking session. And I am Chu speaking and sharing the table with the awesome Contra. We're looking at the final game of the day. Everybody just wants to get everything out in the open, just giving whatever they can offer.
Exactly, and looking into it, just like it's going to be something that we are familiar with. Starting off from 78 into the Sanoska base once more. Gareebooo will be the first one to hop off the plane, followed by Bullshark as well. Gareebooo is not too far behind. Wait, that's not Gareebooo. That's, I believe, it's Kronten's team. And some of them have already secured the chicken dinners. And remember, these gaming creators are out there trying to book their slot in towards the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 global rounds. And the ones with the highest amount of points will be able to secure their favorite teams, and it depends on their position. So if you are sitting at 16th place like Mr. Ronnie right now, maybe he might not have a choice.
Oh, I would love with any team that I got paired up to, but that's a very big advantage if you get to choose which team the professional ones we're talking about decided with you. Well, looking at this, I do see that Gareebooo is the first one dropped into the map. Very fast drop. Well, looking at Rollexxx, actually trying to go for Alice's team. Got caught red-handed there. They are taken up by surprise. Natash straight away go into retreat as we speak.
Natash just trying to actually get a little bit of a coverage ground, having a little bit lower mass to heal up. Twin bullets on that VSS. Having that extended map definitely helps
her out for a little bit more. And I do love all these skins that they have. Speaking of skins, of course, there's the new Royal Pass. If you guys haven't purchased it, you go ahead and do so because it's going to be a long season. And looking at this circle, we are having it covering the whole islands of Sanaska military base and some parts of the mainlands as well.
Okay, I'm loving this circle a lot, actually. But I do feel sorry for the players because it's a very punishing circle for most of the team, especially those who are up in the north. And 50%, I say, is covering the water.
Oh yeah, it's just a little bit tough for them. I'm not too sure if that's 50%, but
I
that
think
was
it's
fair
around,
enough.
yeah,
And some
it's
of these
around
teams-
40 to 50% of water.
Yeah,
you
some
can
of these
see
teams could possibly opt to pick some boats up if
Yep.
it does end up inside of the island. While inside of the school compound, we see Kenbu all by himself alongside with Bong, both having a fair share amount of loot for all being covered up, while we see RawKnee will be in the corners of the farmhouses right there. So RawKnee himself struggling to actually find any sort of mats for himself, as he still has no helmet, no vest as well.
Oh, I think he's doing okay as long as he keep on moving and keep that stock up for himself in terms of loot. But they don't have to budge for now for those actually in the middle base. There are 3 teams currently in the southern side of the map in the very small island of middle base. We have Mitchel's teams with RawKnee as well as NIKITANGA, who played so well last time. And we have no clue who will take up the last chicken of the day for our day 1 PUBG Mobile Star Challenge.
Well, looking at this, I think that RawKnee, at least they are dropping inside the south side of the middle base once more. So maybe this is going to be a good news for themselves. But sharing the middle base currently is, of course, Mitchel as well as NIKITANGA. As we look in towards Yasna, Pollyanna is heavily populated. We have Rollexxx, we have Sulin, as well as Alice's side to actually take each other out. So we see who will be the last one to survive out of the city.
This is too overcrowded, I say, especially against Sulin and Rollexxx. They are just next to each other. Will it be another still standing moment for these 2 teams like we watched the last one? Because Rollexxx is a very, very safe team when it comes to not ambushing people.
Well, I gotta say that they are playing smartly in the sense that they're not overly passive. They need to take up fights when they should. So I believe that they make the right calls. And inside of the water town is going to be K7 Kaichi's side, just trying to cut themselves in towards the next zone, which will be the closest one. The closest city for them will be Pochinki, but that is just a little bit of a risk for them to take. But may just reward them as well, as Angry goes in for the headshot.
Well, I'll take back my words. They are actually doing very aggressive shots in the early out of the game against Sulin's team, who is kind of struggling to get a better position to cover themselves out. But less of Kyra or Alice's team will take the advantage if they want to.
We can see Natasha just not having enough meds to actually heal to 100%. Also, should have no problem getting that revival in the way. Rollexxx trying to go in for a couple of peeks off the windows. They already know the positioning of the side of Sulin's side. While Otu Hoye is just getting himself in towards the same compounds once more, trying to actually spot out where did the shots actually come from.
Well, Sulin is kind of out in the open. We're looking at Alice might just gonna build this and evacuate to another compound instead. They don't want to take up the fights too early head on because nobody wants to be the first one out of the game. We still have 64 people left. Everybody is intact in the game. Nobody is out yet. Nobody is doing too soon. 16 teams still alive, still phase 1 of the game. Looking at Angry, he's really angry. Look at that tap! Straight
shot.
away! Quick shots, that's really quick and a lot of damage there.
Immediate peak fire is coming from the side of Angry, just trying to get that 1-shot, 1-kill potential, as Juicy will be able to take down 0-2 0-9, just like that. Well, I gotta say 9 is definitely gonna have to struggle for a bit as Hoy tries to go in for a little push. Angry's just gonna rotate towards the back, and he does have the micro Uzi equipped with that K9 as well.
Oh, Hui. Just gonna hop into the UAZ with the rest of the team. Just gonna exit out and move to another place. What just happened? Juicy managed to kill one Sulin just now. Well, there you go, securing the kill. Sulin has to obey. The damage has been done, and there's nothing more the rest of the team can do. While RawKnee is being ambushed by Stark across the map here.
He's trying to go in for the taps, trying to find Tuck, just line those shots up. A little bit of good sprays coming with the 4 times M4 as he needs to ditch that buggy right there. I think that the tires definitely popped across. While we see Sulin 02 the captain of the squad just dropping out of the vehicle, and that spray down coming from Angry will be able to take down the second member from the side of Student, as well as they try to rotate out of Justania Pollyanna.
Well, we're looking at Kissel's team, which will securing or barricading this bridge. I really love when this happens. Look at that. They are so sneaky with that suit going on. That's such a fancy and flashy suit on Bear. He's really being a bear there.
Okay, I guess like other than the bear, we still have Tuck here, who managed to actually survive with a little bit of help coming from Ash, giving a little bit of support coming from the side of the UAZ, while Rollexxx will be facing off with Schooling for the second time coming. Juicy getting some sprays over his side, but managed to dodge it all out, waltzing his way as Spin goes in for a reload, still trying to find Juicy. Juicy's just by the corner wall. He knows that he's peeking, and he's just trying to charge up the nade. This is going to be a little bit of smart move, but Angry will be able to fly. Sully knows him for the second time, lobbing the nade, and he needs to go in for the run as Juicy will take it down to 40%.
That was so close. Juicy just managed to dodge it at the very last minute. We're looking at Angry. He's being very angry. Look at that.
Oh, he's going for a chase. He's going for a chase. He's just going to bring in that micro Uzi, and he hops out towards the second wall, spins, just spinning around, just going in for a little bit of a rotation as he goes back in towards the wall, and he got no place to hide as Angry has to pick up the slide. There we go.
There you go. That's micro Uzi at its best. Straight off. The best firing rate ever. While the rest of Rollexxx team just join in and get the loot all together and sharing them among themselves. We're looking at Nikki just managed to park themselves up here, while we have Mitchel's team already up in their arms, ready for any damage being taken up by the rest of Stark. Just keep on giving pressures for a lot of team.
Yeah, you can see Mitchell having a little bit of dilemma right here, although they do have a couple of compounds to work with. This is Naupon going on that Scar L with the 4 times, trying to land those shots straight towards the side of NIKITANGA. NIKITANGA already winning one chicken dinner from the previous match. They're looking to actually keep that sort of momentum going as they are just playing by the shorelines over on towards the northern section of the island, while we see ARXY finally taking off Milk just with that couple of taps.
That's why you cannot be too comfortable, and just a little bit pick will get yourself a big headshot there. Well, Nikki just kind of trying to get himself a little bit covered in the ditch here. But
Well,
it's
I
not.
guess like it's a really good
Yep,
place
it's a
to
very
play
good
it.
place. Yeah.
They've already lined up all these Dacias. They
But
could
then that's
easily
the
rotate
thing.
out.
You don't want to be too occupied with those that actually in front of you, because anybody can charge you up from behind.
Yeah.
You're taken up by surprise. That will be very, very such a sticky spot to walk out of.
Yeah, and also on the corners of the bridge, we also have Dita joining in the party, not too much on the other side of the eastern bridge, while we see K7 having a little bit of a time of their lives.
This is I'm really happy for Kaichi's team, because for the first time ever they are not bumping into any other team early out in the game, because they have been bumping into Elsa's team quite some time now, 3 games in a row.
While we're looking at the side of Kron, yep, well, I would say that at least they're playing it a little bit safer, not meeting up way too early, while Kron is tanking the blue, just rotating across the corners of Jordan. I believe that they need a lot of fuel to actually get in towards the island, while Bullshark will possibly do the same as well. They're going to reach the south side of Sanaska Island, while we're going back in towards Nikki's little bit of a tussle here, a little bit of sniping fiesta for both Mitchell as well as Nikki at this section, while we see Bullshark finding a place to dock over on the south side of Sanaska.
Okay, well, looking at the Sanovska military base is slowly occupied by a lot of teams. While there are some those who are coming up from the east, we're looking at ARXY against Sichuan again. Will they take up the fight or just bail it and move across into the southern side of the map?
ARXY is playing it a little bit safer this time around, and they managed to spot out a couple of visitors coming from the side of Xinchuan, and he's going to drop that bike inside of the grass while they're still inside of the next phase. It's a little bit of a safe play coming from the guys of ARXY, while Zhang's a little bit late to the fray, while Science goes in for a couple of taps there and spots out Rollexxx members inside the water. Lucky enough, Angry did not manage to get knocked out. At the moment I speak of it, Sans brings him down.
Oh, Angry will not be staying angry, because he will be out of the game. He was crazy just now. I was scared. because he's a scary opponent. But looking at the high rollers being pressured so bad by Rahmat, but being punished back with counterattacks by Rollexx's team. Juicy is struggling to make sure he got himself covered here.
And you can see Dita just going in with a lot of snipes. Rahmat is just on a great form. Has the Car 98 just zooming in towards the members of Rollexxx. Rollexxx trying to go in for the safe, and they know that somebody's out there. This is going to be a little tough for Rollexxx to actually get out of the home. But here comes Rahmat going in for the push already.
Oh, this is a big move coming up for the Fragger of Dita's team. But will they manage to cover him on time?
They're coming in.
Oh, there you go. Oh, this is a bold move. Sun's just gonna go and ambush again.
Upwards. Rollexxx is
very
getting
risky
himself
move.
ready. He's going in for the spray down there, and he will be down on the knees. And Dita Sands will secure that kill, taking off the leader of Rollexxx.
And he's the only person around there. For the rest of the team is not budging to give him an extra hand. Rollexxx really in an icky spot. There's no way for him to actually run.
As you can see, Sixless trying to avenge their fallen allies as he has that AK at the ready. Juicy's gonna bandage up, losing way too many utilities, and there's nothing much that they could possibly do about it. But what they really need is a couple of kills to get themselves a little bit of a head start in towards the early phase of the game. We see 2 minutes before the next blue zone takes in, while K7 might just actually get themselves into a little bit of trouble here as they cut across this bridge.
Oh, they just bomb into Kisi right into the spot where they're having just camping going on here. And we're looking at Kisi just getting more kills and damage being done. K7 just gonna build this one out. It's just too much for them to handle by themselves.
We see Kissel finally getting a couple of pickoffs right there. And we see over the top side of the hill is just going to be another team trying to actually get themselves into position to pick people off as Ben falls downwards and slowly bleeds out. And that'll be Kissel trying to actually secure that sort of kill as Miffy gets sprayed there from the back of the Kenboo squad, and he needs to actually regroup with the rest of Kissel 99.
Well, looking at RawKnee, who is actually playing a lot of parking at the side of the mountain here. But I do see Kenboo's team just charge right into the bridge camping area again. But looking at that, it might be a predicament for the team that's bridge camping there too long, because they might run down of utilities.
Well, they still could possibly get as much as they can in that sense. Well, we see a little bit of a scuffle as Miffy will finally finish off K7 Ben. He slowly bleeds out. So K7 having Jingwei just watching it out from the other side of the middle base. This is the RawKnee just being on top of the hill as Kissel. All of them are still inside of this garbage truck, while Bunk pulls out that Mini 14, has 90 bullets, going for the reload, bringing back up to the extended 30 clips that he has. So he's just trying to actually clip some of the hits if it ever pops.
Well, that's a hard place for them to be for Kissel's team. Cannot even stand up, but that's a lot of damage taken out for both of the team. Bonk is being straight on headshot. They're almost clipping all the way down. Well, looking at Rollexxx is trying to just secure himself one kill. There you go. Kyra is a free kill for Sixless. Easy kill. No need to contest or whatsoever.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy indeed. And Kira had no choice but to fall. I would say that the drive was pretty decent, while we see Lalis also soaking a little bit too much of a damage. And if they were to cross this bridge, we know Kenboo members are just waiting by the corners right there. Drone just going in for a little bit of peek on that 6 times, while Tuck has that 3 times M16 going in for Drone. Oh my, I guess it's a valiant attempt whatsoever.
Yeah, that's a very long shot for Tug. Well, he's living a Tug life like his name is. But looking at Jong, who's actually aiming for those in the sea. I don't know what is he aiming for right now. Maybe just trying to keep off the pressure of the shores here.
Well, perhaps so. Maybe,
oh, that's actually Dita's team here.
We can see Rama just trying to swim his way across, while beside is just over on bottom side, finds Kissel 99, and beside just having to lose out their leader right there. Drone's gonna go in with the nade, trying to charge this one up. Will it be a Kobe? Oh, I think he actually lobbed it towards the side. I don't think it's gonna land anyways. But the rest of Kenboo having Warung driving towards the side. He's gonna get a little bit more back up. And beside when we clip off away by Warung. The moment I speak about it, they managed to clutch this one off.
This is hard play for beside it. He's being ambushed by multiple angles while Bear is trying to give the covers on top. Gareebooo is just trying to get the covers on him with a little
Fire
stone.
the hole!
Will it hit a Kobe here? We have to wait. The judgment goes. Oh! Boom away! Gareebooo straight on his knees. Well, the rest of Gareeboo's team trying to help him, but they just can't get the vision right.
And there's the second nade falls over the side of Gareebooo once again. There's a couple of taps over on the side of Bear as Kissy will have to play it out really safe as RawKnee is also locking their eyes to try to turn themselves into this fight as Tad finds himself the headshot taking down Bear.
Oh, this is a bad position for those actually on the bridge. They really need to budge. It's a bummer for them and don't want to stay too long. We've got themselves all two teams being killed here by RawKnee, who's actually taking the advantage at this situation.
They're hiding behind the lower side of the bridge while the circle is going to appear towards the side of Novo. While they are fighting right below this bridge as well as above, they really need to move because they don't really have too much of a time while Sixless is still across the bridge while we're having Lalis still second guessing whether or not should they cross the bridge or not. Gareebooo will be making their way in and they might have to deal with NIKITANGA as Bullshark is in the horseshoe of the military base.
They really need to cross that bridge. There's no time to think anymore.
Kronten.
While the rest of Kronten is actually decided to swim over. We're looking at K7 Kaichi's team. It will actually take this to their hands. They will be playing the fishing game. This will be a big fish too for them to take on for Chin9. Will he spot them out? I think they do.
Oh,
this
going
is
for a little bit of a tap there. It's an iron sight AK. Burns down. Burns right there, dropping him to 10%, but not being able to finish him off as of yet. He's trying to actually get himself towards at least the corner wall so that he can met himself up. Spots out Kronten as well.
Oh, he doesn't have any scope. With only iron sight, Chin9 is kind of hesitating. He actually can get all the 3 kills. But we're looking at Mitchel and ARXY. They're trying to go in and ambushing. We're looking at this. Will it be a torture for Michel's team? Looking at Tortem just charged right in. Torties. And this might be a double kill. There we go. Whole team being wiped out by ARXY. Being a very bold team charged right in. Very aggressive play.
That was a perfect spray down coming from side of Torty. And speaking of the spray down, here we see Miffy unrolling the whole clip straight over the side of the enemies while he's still hiding inside of this dumpster while we see Gareebooo slowly marching upwards. They find themselves a little bit of a fish to fry, trying to drop a nade, going for the revival, but they don't really have much places to run. He's keeping his eyes locked towards the side of Warren as they were dropping a couple of nades.
Drone just nade himself, if I'm not mistaken. He was a big, unfortunate. While Drone tried to get the other way around. They might just get this whole team wiped by
There we go.
They punished for barricading the bridge way too long.
They've been hiding for such a long time, and there's just nowhere for them to hide any longer. But speaking of hiding here, we finally see Kronten OP docking by the shorelines there, trying to heal themselves up, while Chin9 still going for the hunt. Not really sure where exactly did they stop at, but they know that they can't really go way too far off. They've already secured 1 kill in that sense, and K7 only have 2 members, so it might just be a 2v2, but Xingwei says, no, I don't want to join in towards this shore. I'm just gonna stay here, and if you get knocked down, maybe I'll just come by to save you.
Yeah, probably. But looking at Kron's team, I like how very inventive they are, staying at the shoreline and at the same time just hiding beneath that stones there. Nobody can actually get the angle right to see them, so they might want to play the healing game at the last circle here.
Yep, and speaking of that, we are going back towards the side of Kronten as Mazik will find his way upwards. This is just a really good aim as he might be able to take down Ash, but he's not really pulling off the trigger. He's waiting to see whether or not there's some other members lurking nearby.
The other members for Kron's team actually just playing the safe game. I don't think he wants to open fire way too soon. That might expose himself way too much. Well, looking at the Dynamo's team, they are very comfortable at where they are, while Dita Sans is more than happy. That is a big airdrop.
Yep, that's going to be a Groza giving himself that sort of advantage. And on top of the radio tower is a pretty good spot to be at because that's pretty much center for the side of Dynamo Gaming. Well, towards the lower side, we still see Kronten struggling to find themselves in towards the land, and he needs to actually take a swim, but you know that
Chin9 is not going
no.
to give them that much of a room to breathe. And speaking of Chin9, he's just by the corner of the next phase, so this is going to be good news for them. But Kronten members on top will possibly go in for a little bit of a flank, as well as RawKnee being pretty close by.
Well, we're looking at Joker is not making some funny moments. He's being aggressive, a couple of taps here and there, nitpicking everybody around him. We're looking at RawKnee playing very seriously this time around. He's actually trying to get down 2 teams here. K7 and Kronten will be on his way. We're looking at it. That spray is beautiful, but still not keeping off taps anybody off just yet. He's just trying to rotate the other way around, circling, alternating his way to get a better angle.
We see a really good spray control coming from the side of RawKnee, so that's pretty impressive to me. And now we're seeing Warung just trying to spot out some of these guys over onto the south side of the island. He's going for a little bit of charge. Chin9 going to drop 1 nade right across. As he's still got 2 more to go. He's flunking it straight towards the side of Bonk, so that's going to hold them off for a little bit more, but I'm not too sure for how long though, as we see Chin9 is trying to actually go in for the hunt, dropping another smoke right in front of him, as Jong goes in for the flank.
Oh, there you go. Jong is making a big kills there. 1 more to go. Dashro might be the next victim. It will finish off by Jong, but that's just reversed the other way around as Dashro actually finally finish him off. And Coco tried to do control damage here, but it's a very risky to revive right in front of Dashro, who's already more than ready to take them down.
And here comes the nade flying right across. That's not going to land towards the side of Destro. It might do a little bit of chip, but he lobs one straight towards the side of Coco as well. So this might just be a 1 versus 3 situation. And this is the final member for the side of Gareebooo. So he needs to play it out really smartly. Both charging up the nade. And who will it be to fall this time around? He lobs it straight towards the Destro, but he soaks not enough damage to take him out.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Half HP gone and still half more to go. It's 1 versus 3 with not much thing going on. He still have a lot of first aid, but there's no time for him to heal himself.
Oh!
That nade just finishes him off straight away. That's 1 team out. And Dastro, that was a bold and warrior move, but it's not enough.
Well, I gotta give him A for effort for that, while Drone getting a couple of taps coming from the side of RawKnee. Hydra will be able to go in for another snipe as well. Kronten over the lower side. Well, RawKnee goes in for a flank. Will be taken out. Eye for an eye. Drone for the side of RawKnee, while Chin9 tries to take out RawKnee. Going for the third party kills, as Tuck will be able to finish him off with another nade. Chin9 also trying to survive. We see Gareebooo, despite this, blots out RawKnee members right there. There goes Ted.
And Bong is trying to make the clutch again for this 4th match of the day. Will be the final clutch for him, but not enough. He managed to get the secure kill by Ted there. 1 more kill by Bong. It's 2 versus 1 just now, but Ash is waiting from the side, being punished. Bong taken up down, and this will be a secure kill by Ash.
You can see RawKnee members just smiling and just grinning the moment that he sees both teams just having a little clash towards the upper side of the roads, and over bottom side we see NIKITANGA having members swept away by Bullshark with that sort of amazing spray. That's a big detonation coming across, not being clipped by the camera, but that's A-okay. We see Dita going against the members of Rollexxx, as we see Juicy getting taken out by that Groza spray.
And that was a bait taken up by Juicy, while Sun's been waiting for the flank, sacrificing 1 member, and he's the sole survivor for Dita's squad. We're looking at Ash is actually at the same state as the Dita's team. And while Gareebooo have 2 more men left, the rest of Dynamo might just take this into advantage.
We're going to see another nade being dropped towards the side of Afifah. There we go, another knockout, dropping perfect on the spot.
That was a painful nade and torturing to watch. We saw how it looped perfectly on the spot. We're looking at Torty just being taken down. The rest of Dynamo's team having the most manpower. Finish off ARXY team next.
We can see they are still 4-man strong. They have Joker soaking most of the damage, but ARXY gets removed from play. We still have 7 more teams to go, while Gareebooo only has 2 more members left. Oh, we see Kronten still have birds swimming by the waters. I am surprised because they managed to survive that long, and the captain, Kronten OP, is still left alive. Make that 7 more on the table.
Well, the moment you said it, that's where they're picking it off fight against him. While we're looking at Dynamo, I like how they're playing this game. Joker has been the one fragging and tanking all the damage, playing the black sheep of the family, but that was just a lot of plays done by the rest of the team covering him up.
Totally agree with that. And now we're looking in towards the side of Xinxuan, and they are still pretty much healthy with all 4 members, not even taking much of a damage, and they've already secured a total of 5 kills for their squad. Now we're looking at Pi, spots out Smokey OP. He managed to run out of that, while Kronten will fall out eventually, and that is just a little bit of a bummer for him, as we see Dynamos are right inside the zone as Xinxuan slowly charging towards the side of Sands.
Coco trying to get the sense. He knows he got the sense of Sands there, but it's not just enough. While he's struggling with the blue zone, trying to pull himself away. And this is hard to watch and hard to play for Sands. He might bump into Coco. This is bad.
Spots out Coco. Can he actually pull this one off? Got the red dot in, and the sprays are beautiful, taking him down towards 30%. But now the rest of Xinxuan has been alerted. Coco playing this one safely, having the first aid kit being popped out, and Sands is by the corner. They know that he's just right outside. Gonna pop a little bit of smoke just to cover the tracks. And here comes Xinxuan trying to finish the kills. The knob of the nade won't be able to fall straight towards the side of Sands.
That was so close. Sands actually almost busted his position. Now, when we're looking at Joker, will he be another bait for the rest of the team? And he sacrificed a lot. There goes one nade. Will it be a Kobe?
I'm not sure if it's going to land towards the side of front. It's a little bit far off, but good attempt whatsoever as Joker trying to cut across by the edge of the circle. We see him having his armor already shredded up, but here comes Siren. Oh, that tap though coming from the MK14.
A Spider's in a lot of pain. Siren just knock him and just run away. He don't want to overcommit to this fight, but that's one more to go as Kron is suffering. We have Bullshot on the eye of Jokers now. Oh, that's a lot of return damage there.
Ouch, that's gonna really hurt, and Joker just smoking a little bit more, and John going in, taking down Gareebooo, and Warong needs to actually fall back, going in to save his dear captain right there. Zhang possibly clutching this one out. Xinxuan have a really good chance to actually take it home with that final game in hand, as Smokey is in the crosshair. Siren, one more tap from the side of the MK14 as we see Joker running for his life.
Siren is not letting anybody run. He see and they run, but he kills them. Looking at this, Dynamo was actually one of the strongest, being wiped out by Siren himself.
There's just nowhere for them to hide. You can see this is sort of an open field with a couple of kills all across, and Pi will be able to get a Bull Shark members right there as Pi tries to actually get himself a little bit of sort of advantage, but this circle is not really doing him any sort of good at all. Trying to peek it out, and the rest of Xinxuan trying to actually pick up, and Siren is totally on form today as we see him trying to take out Pi right across.
I know Siren is really raging right now because they were kill stealing him. Bullshot was being mean just now. It will be only 2 teams left with almost similar manpower, but look at that! That's Pi just crawling on the ground. Well, there's a lot of smoke being popped up in the middle of the road. It will be Bullshot Tron as well as Bullshot himself coming up from the flanks, crawling, creeping in silently, trying to get the vision right.
We can see this is going to be a 4v4 situation, but we can count Pi out because we have no intentions of saving him. So make that a 3v4 situation as Coco tries to cut across, gets spotted out by Bull Shark himself, will be knocked out right in front of his face, but he gets spotted out as well. He will be taken out next. This is just Siren clipping him with the Scar L, unloading that raft, and now trying to look for that chicken dinner.
Oh, this is Shark going down. The team leader is no more in the game. We have Tron being aimed on that crossover of Joe's now. That was straight in his line of sight. Nice pixel shot. Straight away knock him down.
Joe definitely picked such a great fight right there, and he still has time to actually go in for the revival towards the side of Pi. He's still not down for the count as of yet, but the zone is ticking in. 3 seconds on the clock. Xinxuan has this sort of advantage. There's still 1 member inside of the zone, so this is just getting harder as it goes. Pi will be still on the ground as we manage to spot out Zhang. That is going to be him getting removed from play.
Joe is still trying to revive Pi. Will it be the right judgment call? We're looking at Xinxuan's team have 2 more men left, while the rest of Bullshot will get themselves a big advantage once Pi on his own feet.
You can see him proning on his belly, trying to crawl towards the box, trying to get a couple of supplies. Not having a little bit of chance there as Tron goes in for the spray, takes down Siren. The main man of Xinxuan is down on the ground.
That was straight in the line of sight. He got it straight, and that finish of Siren straight away. It will be Bullshot against Xinxuan now.
Bullshark having the numbers now. Shinchuan himself is just thinking, how on earth am I going to clutch this one off? And Bullshark is in the top and best form out of the whole tournament. This possibly might just be his game because they have a total of 12 kills occurred, and if they take down Shinchuan right here, it will be a total of 13 kills.
It will be the biggest play for this PMSC history if Shinchuan manages to take 3 people down with 1 nade to rule them all.
Well,
Please.
I'm not sure if that's going to happen though. If he does pull that clutch, I will just strip off my headset right now. I can't really take that sort of intensity, but anything could happen at this sort of moment. But they're just waiting for the time to take away. And I think that because of this sort of situation, Bullshark knows they have all the time in the world, and this is going to shrink all the way down. Shinchuan just by the corners right here. He might just have to crawl in for a little bit more. Slowly walking in towards the rest of the Sharks as the Sharks are ready to bite, dropping a couple of nades. He's taking too much damage and he's still trying to crawl it out. There's no way to run as he has to go in, charging right through. And this is Bullshark coming in with the match for victory. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Well, we got ourselves 2 chicken dinners for Bullshark's team. That was amazing play by Shinchuan, who held himself for a very, very long time. Well, it was a big clutch if that can be pulled out by him, but it's, well, they are kind of segregated. 1 nade cannot rule them all, but that zone is really not favoring Shinchuan as well.
Definitely, and I gotta say that Shinchuan definitely played out the game real well because they were controlling the eastern side of Sanaska military base, and as the game progressed, they slowly have to collide with all the other teams that were down on the shorelines. There were also teams coming from the back as well, and they managed to pick themselves up a couple of times, and those were really tactical plays that we've seen coming from the side of both Bullshark as well as Shinchuan as they try to take each other off from quite a distance as well. And at the end of it all, I would say that Bullshark definitely topped out the game with the highest amount of kills in match number 4.
They were already one of the kill leaders in the game, so maybe they will top up more now and harder to strip them off the crown because they have been aggressive throughout the whole 4 games of the day. It was actually the last game for us for day 1, but we still have day 2 for tomorrow again with Miramar and Erangel for 3 games of Erangel throughout the whole day. Make sure you guys stay with us and to be sure to just find that YouTube as well as your PUBG Mobile ID, okay?
Yep, and of course, with that being said, we still have to tablet the scores, and we have to look back and towards some of the matches that happened today. We have Kronten taking one of the chicken dinners, followed by NIKITANGA, and Bullshark now secures one as well. And each of the games were definitely special, and we see amazing nade lobs, some clutches here and there, and there's so many nail-biting moments on each of these chicken dinners. It could have been
anybody.
Yeah, but in the last one, of course, 1v3 is a little bit tough for Shinchuan, but nevertheless, coming in second place is not too shabby after all.
But then giving up to RawKnee's team.
Well,
you see that when they actually on their serious mode on, they are actually really scary.
Yeah.
And then we have one more play. Angry is just being angry throughout the whole game.
Well,
I'm scared.
I really like how Rollexxx actually played it out. They got clipped up in the corners of Milta for a couple
They were
times.
aggressive.
They were taking a couple of pickoffs, but I think that it was a really rough place for them to be at. And remember, Kissel was inside of that dumpster for such a long time, and then
yeah, they were being punished
there are
for
teams
that.
just coming in to just remove them from play. So there's just nowhere for them to hide in that final match itself. And other than that, there's just so many other action coming from the side of NIKITANGA, trying to actually snipe people off right down below. Mitchel had the longest trade-off between both of these squads.
It was amazing play by the bridge. I would love to see that more over and over again. I wouldn't get tired of that. But then, speaking of the bridge camping, right? You won't want to stay too long in that area unless if you keep rotating with 2 people, because they are kind of outsourcing themselves when they be ambushed by one team after another, which passing through that bridge. We can see like a couple of teams, I think 3 teams passing through there.
Yeah, and not only that, like it was quite the ending that I wish to see because of how it went zoomed right in towards the melee base, and Kronten OP survived really long as well. When we think about it, he went from the north side of Georgia Pole
take a little bit of cut across using those boats. And the moment that he reached, there were K7 waiting by the edge of the shore to take them down, and they have to actually ditch those boats and took that sort of swim, and they made it towards the top 10 as well. So that was an amazing feat. Let's have a look into the leaderboards right now. We have Bullshark topping the charts with a total of 117 points.
That's 3-digit hitting off the chart, but we're looking at Dita's team, which is closely behind with 95 points in total with 26 kills and 30 kills by Gareebooo's team. That's 30 when we're talking about an 85 total points, just a little bit difference in terms of position points.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you right there. NIKITANGA also getting that chicken dinner in match number 3, managed to secure a total of 77 points, followed by 14 kills, and Kronten OP will make up the top 5. Coming in with 21 kills as well as 73 points. So they still have a lot of chances coming in for day number 2. And Dynamo Gaming will come in at 6th place, followed by Shinxuan that managed to finish on 2nd spot. So they are playing for positions. That's a little bit of a great tactic from the side of Shinxuan. And Mitchel will make up the top 8 with a total of 47.
At the bottom 16, we have Sulan actually just fallen off the chart with no kills still. While we'll look at RawKnee just climbing up along the chart with 23 points, just 1 point different, but the same point in terms of kills with Gareebooo's team. Mitchel got themselves 17 kills, but still got 13 placement because they always get more kills than the placement points with 36 points in total. We have Alice's team 8 kills, half of what kills have, but still got themselves extra position points there. We're looking at RXY is the same fate as Kills' team, but a little bit higher on the chart with 11th place, 15 kills in total, 40 points. And we have Kaichi's team got herself 9 kills. We're looking at Rollexxx, 16 total kills, 47 points. There's a big gap between the 10th and the 9th place, 47 and 43 points respectively.
Yep, Rollexxx is actually sharing it with Mitchel, and there's a little bit of a big leap between some of all these teams as well. But looking in towards the kill leaders here, Bullshark, undeniably one of the best players out there in this game, coming with a total of 14 points, which means a total of 40 kills, followed by Gareebooo. Now hopping from 3rd place, beating out Kronten OP with just 1 kill difference on 6 kills, as well as Kronten OP with 5, followed by Dita with 4th place. And of course, that over on the 5th place, we have Kissel99 still maintaining that 3 kill in his hands.
Kissels and Bullshark, that's a lot of difference from 5th place to 1st place. 14 kills in total points and 3 for the 5th number. That was like what, 11 kills in difference from 1st kill leading and to the 5th one.
That's right, and that was so many highlights that these gaming creators definitely produce, and I wish I could actually take a peek on it to see what's really going on in their mind. And if you guys haven't subscribed to them already, go ahead, drop them a little bit of a visit and hit that subscribe button. That will definitely help all these creators a whole lot. And for you guys who are still watching right now, although this is the end of the game, we still have those freebies for all of you guys. If you guys haven't claimed it already, click over to the settings and connect your PUBG mobile account with your YouTube account. And once you've done that, you'll be able to select your region of play, and with that being said, you'll be able to claim your free gift. Now I believe we're kind of wrapping things up already, so we gotta give a huge shout for all the people making this possible.
Yeah, there's none other than our host, which is VSPN, and those who are authorizing this event, PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019. It still is in the online ranking phase or session. We have to give a big thanks to Tencent Games as well as PUBG Corporation, and this is presented by Google Play, and this will only broadcasted on YouTube. Make sure you guys stay on YouTube, okay?
That's right, and same time, same place, it'll be UTC +8 for our very first match over on to 9 p.m. GMT +8. So make sure you guys don't go anywhere, as we will be here for day number 2 with 4 more matches to go. So this is Contract here alongside with Choo Choo. We'll be signing out. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow.